I think finally we might be live. Guys, we are back right now for the third round here in Stepan Avagyan. We had some technical problems for a lot of time actually. So we are trying to fix that. Please let me know if everything is good now, because I think now you should be able to hear us. If you can just confirm that, that would be great. We are back, Lilith.
Yes.
We also had one result.
Yes.
So, guys, sorry for that, but we are back now. And what happened in this game of Praggnanandhaa? If we can just show the viewers, it was a draw, yes?
It was a draw, yes, it was a draw. And again, Pragg was very well prepared.
Yeah.
We are used already, right, to this scenario.
Yes.
Let's check our viewers what happened in that game.
Uh-huh.
So, Sevian against Pragg, right? So Samuel played e4.
E5,
E5,
knight f3, knight c6. I will just flip the board. Bishop b5.
Bishop b5. But it's interesting, the opening also, right? Raja was interesting. So I was expecting actually French defense.
French.
Yes, because I'm a French defense player. So I wanted to see French
Sevian
defense.
is a very, very strong opening player. So I think maybe Praggnanandhaa just wanted to be solid today. He goes for this a6 Spanish opening. Bishop a4, knight f6, castles b5.
b5, okay.
This is the bishop b3. This is the Archangel's variation. And a4 played, hoping for black to commit this move, rook b8. And after that, we transpose into the main line with c3, d6, d4.
Okay, let's maybe put, right, this is the one of the main lines, right? Rook b8, c3, white after rook b8. So c3, white wants to play d4, get the center, right?
Yeah. But actually in the game, Pragg is like, I don't want to go into the main line. He goes for bishop to b7. And now after bishop b7, d3 was played after actually quite some thought by Sevian. Castles quickly played by Pragg. You can see he has 92 minutes on his clock. Knight c3, knight a5, hitting the bishop.
Are you familiar with this variation, Raja, by the way?
So somehow it kind of reminds me of the characteristics of the martial opening. Because knight a5, you're hitting the bishop.
Right.
The bishop goes back, of course, you have to save it.
Right.
b4, hitting the knight.
Hitting the knight.
Knight e2 and d5.
And d5, yes.
Just very, very immediate play played by Praggnanandhaa. Guys, do like the stream. We are live now in the third round. Pragg has drawn his game against Sevian. A very nice preparation there. d5.
Look at the clock, Raja. Again, we see the same, right?
Same.
Every day, it's the same situation. Pragg has always,
Imagine if Praggnanandhaa sometime makes an opening course. Yeah, I will buy it immediately.
Right?
So d5, knight takes e5, d takes e4, d4. And actually in this position, I think bishop d6 was kind of played before, but in this position Pragg plays bishop a7
instantly.
And I think Sevian was definitely a bit surprised by this, because after bishop g5, Pragg again instantly made this move queen d6. And his idea is that if you take bishop f6, do you remember yesterday he took g takes f3?
Yes, so this g takes f6 is his main weapon.
Exactly.
It means, right?
And after this, pawn to f5, and somehow this bishop can come to b8, c5 break. Somehow feels black is doing well.
Okay.
So after queen d6, Sevian is like, I don't want to go into this complications. Goes bishop f4.
After long
11 minutes.
Yes, after long
thought. Yeah.
Thought, right?
And now Pragg again, like he actually thought for 4 minutes here in this position. Maybe Pragg was thinking if he can somehow play for a win, maybe go for something like queen b6 is possible.
Okay. So definitely with the queen, right?
With the queen.
The move should be with the queen.
Otherwise, disco is coming.
Disco
here, disco there.
Yes.
So Pragg played queen e7, and Sevian was like, I am down 50 minutes on the clock. He goes for bishop g5 and queen d6.
So this is how they
bishop f4, queen e7. And
This is
guys,
how they
after
repeat it.
bg5, queen d6, Sevian and Pragg drew their game in the third round, which means Pragg is now 1.5 points out of 3. Sevian also 1.5
Yes.
points out of 3. And that's what happened in this game. Maybe we can quickly also check what's happening in our leaders game.
Let's
Xu
see.
Xinagyu,
Yes, let's see.
who's playing against Arvind Chithambaram. And what a position we have, guys. Oh la la.
Oh, what is this? What is this? It looks very crazy.
Yeah, it looks
right,
crazy.
It
Arvind,
looks very
the
crazy.
engine really
Do you
likes.
want to go from
Yes,
the beginning, right?
definitely, because
Definitely, yes.
Arvind played something very interesting.
So-
Everyone saying hi, amazing. GF6 is crazy. Asha Sharma, hello, hello.
Yes. So in this game, d4 again, by the way. No,
Yes.
against actually Pragg, Arvind played knight f3.
Knight f3.
So this time d4.
D4.
Time for d4 now. Okay. So knight f6, all right, c4, e6, and knight c3.
Yeah.
It means that Arvind is ready for Nimzo.
He's going for the
Indian.
Nimzo Indian position actually.
Bishop b4, yes, and f3. Okay. Raja, what can you tell us about this system?
This is a very aggressive opening actually. The idea is that you want to gain control of the center with e4. Of course, on the contrary, you are weakening your king a little bit for sure, but you're just trying to play dynamically and play in the center.
In the center, right? It means also after f3, knight has to develop either via e2 or even h3,
H3, yeah.
right? Yes.
So c5 played.
Attacking
and
the center
center.
immediately.
And of course, Arvind's idea after f3 was clear. He played the move pawn to d5. Oh, sorry, a3 first.
Yes,
Oh,
so he played. Actually, d5 is one
Yes.
of the main variations. Yes.
Actually, I thought d5 would be played, which is one of the main moves in
Main
this
move,
position.
right? In this position. It's very logical,
Yeah.
actually.
So this was an idea, but
Arvind prepared a3.
A3,
Actually, of
yeah.
course, he played instantly, right? So this is his preparation. a3.
Black took, white took back, b takes c3, and d5,
And d5.
challenging the center immediately.
Again,
Yeah.
challenging the center.
But if you see, white has these two bishops, and if the position somehow opens up, definitely in the long term, these bishops will be very strong.
Yes, very
So
strong.
white took,
C takes d5, knight takes. The pawn is hanging, actually.
pawn is hanging, white takes the pawn on c5.
Yes, instantly, by the way.
Yeah, Arvind is also very well prepared here.
Yes.
f5.
f5, okay. How I remember, actually, f5 is one of the main moves,
Yeah.
Raja, here. Just idea is simple, right?
To stop
Black wants,
e4.
yes, to prevent, yes, to stop just e4.
And now Arvind is like, I need to develop my pieces somehow. He goes for knight to h3.
Knight to h3, right?
And black plays queen to a5, hitting the pawn on c3. Bishop d2, just defending the pawn. So far, very logical.
Very logical.
But after queen c5, look at this next move. Taking advantage of the fact that the bishop on c8 is not protected, white plays c4 in this position.
Oh, okay. Very nice move, actually.
Yeah, and
Very
it's a
nice
pawn
move.
blunder, right?
Okay, let's check. Let's check.
Actually,
if queen
there are
takes
two
c4,
moves that win for
what
white.
is happening here? Yes, if queen takes c4.
Akash says, hello Harshit and Lilith, just joined. How's the games going today? Will we get 5 draws today also? So, Akash, thanks for joining. We had one draw right now, Sevian versus Pragg. Pragg was playing with the black pieces. But Arvind's game actually is getting very exciting.
Exciting, yes.
By the way, after c4, queen c4, rook to c1, hitting the queen, queen if moves, bishop is hanging.
Hanging, right.
Another great move is e4 in this position.
And queen.
Exactly.
Yes.
Queen and the knight.
So we see that queen on c4 is just
Very badly played.
Very badly played.
So after
yes.
c4, black played knight e3.
But Raja, I think this moment also is very important. Look at the clock also, right? So I think Xu also was prepared.
For sure.
He's also very well prepared because he's not taking his time.
He's not taking. Knight e3 was played quickly.
Quickly, yes.
Queen b3 again played quickly.
All right.
Knight takes f1. But now this move, bishop b4.
Okay, what is this move? Okay, bishop b4. I have a question, Raja. So knight takes f1, right? I mean, why not just taking immediately? What do you think?
I think king f1 would be met with knight to a6 in this position.
So now
stopping bishop b4. The engine doesn't like this. Knight c6.
Maybe knight c6
is more logical.
Maybe this is knight c6 is the
also
move.
Knight a5 is possible, and I think white really wanted to stop black from castling, which is why this bishop b4 is a very nice intermediate move.
Yes, intermediate move.
Yeah, people are saying Arvind looks so focused. Definitely, guys. He has drawn his first 3 games, but I think that first two games, sorry, it's just
Yes.
And against the leader right now, I'm sure he's really wanting to catch up.
Yes, and actually the opening choice, right? I mean, he's ready for a fight.
He's ready for a fight for sure.
Yes.
He goes bishop b4, queen e5.
Queen e5,
hitting the rook on c1. Of course, I'm not going to give it. Bishop c3 played.
c3,
Again, attacking the queen, and he's ready to capture the knight.
Yes.
Queen c7.
Queen c7, yes, defending
the
pawn.
And Arvind is like, okay, I'm going to finally take back your knight on f1. Castles. Rook d1.
Everything is very logical, actually, right?
Yeah.
By the way, already you see, Arvind is taking his time.
Yeah, Arvind actually thought for 23 minutes for this move.
Oh, but it's quite a long.
It's a lot. It's a long time.
It's a lot. Yes, it's quite a long.
Rook e8. But look at this next move.
But can you explain?
Oh my God, guys! Can you guess White's next move?
Raja, but please let's stop here a little bit. What do you think? Why rook e8 move? I don't get it.
I think black just wants to play e5 in this position.
But okay, in this position, if he wants to play e5, he can play e5 also here, no? Because queen is supporting e5.
Yeah, if you go e5 in this position, actually.
Okay, let's check. For example, if e5 now.
Then after c5 check.
Okay, c5, you want to play c5?
Yeah, I want to go c5.
Okay.
And now, because you don't have the rook on e8, you cannot play this move bishop to e6.
Okay.
And this is the reason why this.
And if king h8?
King h8, then white will simply, he can even consider queen d5 at this point. This just looks very, very good. Attacking the pawn. And I think that your position is, bishop on c8 also is hard to develop because the queen covers it.
And maybe at some point also knight
g5, will also jump, right? Yes, for sure.
Knight will also jump. Okay, so that's why rook e8 somehow to prepare e5. And now white to move, right? But actually, Raja, look what is interesting. We see evaluation bar.
Yeah, no, this is actually a very good move for white.
Yes, evaluation bar doesn't like rook e8 move.
Yeah, actually. But the next move is very tough actually. But Arvind found it. Guys, the best move in this position that Arvind played rook to g1. What an incredible move. He thought for 15 minutes.
He fought for 15 minutes. Rook g1. What is this move, Raja? Explain to us.
He's just, at some point, he's just wanting to open the position up completely with g4.
Because then bishop is very strong also, right?
He wants to go all in with the attack right now. And
I'm sure you love this move, Raja. Yeah. It's in your style also, right?
I love this move. Rook g1 is an incredible move.
G4,
because the king on f1 is very safe actually. So we don't really need to put defend our king. And now this rook is on an open file. This bishop has already become a rocket. The knight will sometime join the party. I think black really is lacking behind on development. He plays knight c6.
Okay.
Tries to, even protect e5 even more. But Arvind again, c5, stopping e5 completely.
Okay, I see. But I have a question again for you,
yes,
Raja. So why, for example, rook g1 has been played because, the idea is g4.
At some point.
At some point. Okay, so why not now? What do you think?
I think white wants to maximize the mobility of his pieces. So right now, if you see, the queen on b3 is not in the game.
All right.
So before going for an attack, it's very important that all of your pieces are developed.
Okay.
When all your pieces are developed, sacrifices, attack comes naturally in the position.
Okay.
And that's why this move c5 actually is very, very important.
So the queen is also joining, right?
Queen joins.
Joining is...
The rook on d1 now has a beautiful square on d6. And this actually looks very promising. The engine gives +1 for white.
Right. Evaluation bar is just...
So black goes queen f7 and white goes knight g5, attacking the queen.
Still not g4, right?
still not g4 because now I think g4.
Let's put. Oh, sorry. Let's put. I mean, why not now g4?
I think black can even consider to just play f4.
f4, just closing,
Just
right?
close
Just closing
everything.
g4. Oi.
But this
Oi,
somehow
oi,
is
oi,
not
somehow. Engine is saying, no, not f4.
Knight g5, knight e4 is very strong now. Okay.
Oh, knight is coming like this.
Yeah.
And then d6, right?
So after g4, fg4, rook g4, e5. Very nice idea. Blocking the bishop from c3.
Oh, actually, that's why queen f7 has been played.
Exactly.
Because now, yes, I mean, this is very nice, actually. Yeah. F takes g4, rook takes g4, and black is in time to play
e5.
e5. But actually, Roger, why evaluation bar is not... Yes, now it's okay, right? Now it's okay. e5 and everything.
And black is doing well.
Black is in, yes, is on.
But actually, in this position, instead of going for g4, Arvind is like, you want to play e5. Your queen is stopping. So let me just attack your queen. Because your queen...
But if queen g6, what is... yes, if
queen h5 was played in the game.
Queen h5, okay, the same way the knight is hanging.
Arvind just plays f4. You know, right now, the bishop on c8 is completely blocked because of the pawn on e6. In opposite color positions, people think that it's drawing. But actually, the side which is attacking plays like it's a piece up. Right now,
middle game is completely different.
Oh my, look at this idea. Rook d3. Rook is swinging into the game.
Oh, Raja, yes. This
is
looks very strong. Yes. Yeah. This looks very strong. And actually, Raja, if we compare these bishops, right? I mean, white bishop and the black, I mean...
It's no comparison.
No. Yes, just the difference between these bishops, you see? I mean, this is just, yes. This is decisive.
Yeah, this is big advantage. He takes this pawn on h2.
Okay, so...
He's greedy.
And now maybe your idea, no, this because you
f4
is hanging.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
f4 is hanging.
First, we should defend it.
Arvind just comes back knight to h3 and look at the evaluation.
Evaluation bar. This is crazy. Okay.
Oh, I spot it now. Queen g3 played. But
okay,
in this position, Lilith, rook d3 and boom bam.
Okay. Let's calm down.
Oh Raja. My God!
Because I have many questions. Queen is hanging, right?
Yes,
queen is under attack. Queen. Okay, first of all, let's check.
Yeah, you go
queen
there.
g4.
I just take boom bam, bishop g7. I take your pawn.
1 minute, and you want to open this.
Exactly.
This is your idea.
That's my idea, Lilith.
Oh, right. I mean, this is. But Raja, so far. Excellent play by Arvind. Excellent play. I really enjoy, you know.
Yeah, just 1 second actually. I need to do something here. 1 second.
Yes, I'm waiting. But what a game by Arvind.
Just 1 second, guys. I will fix the
We
camera.
are waiting. So Queen h4, that's why has been played.
Yeah, and now I think this is good.
So Bishop g7, King. Okay, Bishop g7, Rook g4 is not the same already.
Yeah, and
it's
now
not the same.
Queen h4 played. Yes.
Queen h4. So there is not Bishop g7. This we understood. Okay. Yeah. Because you see, if Queen g4, yes,
this was a beautiful tactic.
This is crushing. Yes. So if Queen
just
h4,
to explain, Queen g4, bg7. If King takes Rook g3 now, because the Queen is protecting, Queen gone, undeveloped pieces, finito.
Yes.
So Queen h4 played.
Now Queen h4 played. Raja, you are a master of attack.
Yes.
Now find.
Oh my God.
Oh, I mean, this is such a game.
Just 1 second. This is insane.
I think this is game of the day for sure.
This
Raja.
is for sure game of the day, Lilith.
Maybe even of the tournament, we can say, right?
Oh my God. Guys, Arvind has just pushed pawn to g4.
Oh, this is amazing. Okay. Raja,
what?
Let's go. What is this? If f takes g4, what is this? What do you want to play? Rook
I
g3
think rook g3 maybe.
This rook?
Oh la la.
I mean, okay, f takes g4 has been played.
It's played. Yes. So let's think now.
Let's think. Honestly, I'm thinking your move, rook g3.
Does he? Is he completely insane and thinking about bishop takes g7 now?
Oi.
No way, right?
But why not rook g3?
Rook
Because
g3,
rook g3
h5.
looks you don't like h5.
Ah, knight f2 simply now, Lilith.
And if h5?
And if h5, rook
Yes.
h1 is there.
h5, let's see.
Just rook h1.
You want to play rook h1. This is your
Yes,
idea.
exactly.
Simple chess, right? As you said.
Yes.
And then you want just to take on h5. But this is such a game.
Yeah, I
mean,
just somehow
this is
had
masterpiece. This
and you
is
know,
masterpiece.
also psychologically, Lilith, yesterday Xu Xinagyu was completely winning.
Yes.
And from that winning position he drew, we saw him, you know, being very frustrated.
Yes, it was very heartbreaking.
And Arvind, he knew that his opponent is in not the best psychological shape, and he, you know, really went for the kill today.
Yes.
And this G4 move, you know, Arvind is unbelievably good in these dynamic positions.
Oh, really?
He's really good. You should, for everyone who has not seen this game, you have to see the game of Anish Giri versus Arvind Chithambaram from Pragg Masters.
Yes, this is yes, that game was fantastic.
That was fantastic game.
Yes, I showed my students, you know, that game. Yes.
And now after G4, I'm kind of reminded by that vintage game that Arvind played. I think he's feeling it now. He's feeling the energy.
Right.
It's actually winning. It's completely winning.
F takes G4. Played, and now we are waiting for Arvind to make a move, right?
And
to make a
Clyde
move.
Fernandez says Arvind is a silent beast.
Silent beast. Okay, he's beast. We know silent or not silent, but he's beast for sure.
And you know, he doesn't.
Okay, knight f2 has been played.
Yeah, he doesn't speak a lot. He's very quiet, but really? He lets the move speak for himself. Yeah.
Yes, knight. By the way, your move.
Knight f. Yeah, I mean
that was because h5. Now he prepared rook h1. Right.
By the way, look at how important the queen is on b3, protecting black from going e5. Because right now, if black could go e5, black would be completely fine.
Because bishop then is supporting g4,
But of course, your king is pinned. You cannot go e5 in this position. And that's why, just to show again, h5 will be met with rook h1.
Yes. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, no square for the queen to go to, which will protect the pawn on h5. And this is just winning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I love this game.
Beautiful game, actually.
Great game from Arvind, yes. Just, masterpiece, like to show to for books, right? Just for books.
For the books, and it's only 24 moves.
Yes.
So it's like a small miniature, actually.
Yes. You are right. Yes.
And he gets up from his chair there, Lilith. He just walks up. He's very confident. He knows he's winning. And
yes.
Yeah.
Of course, Xu will take his time trying to find
defense,
something. Yeah. But yes, the position actually is very, very strong for white.
Okay, let's check.
We will check other games. Okay, which game? So maybe Hovhannisyan.
Yes, sure.
Yes.
Hovhannisyan.
Yes.
And I will just get his camera 1 second.
So Bjerre Jonas against Hovhannisyan, Robert, right?
Yeah, actually, we will wait because I'm not sure if we have that camera. But yes, this Bjerre playing with the white pieces against Hovhannisyan looks very equal, right?
Looks very equal, yes. Actually, Bjerre yesterday was very lucky against Pragg, right? But actually, he found ideas to put problems, right?
Even to be lucky, you just have to be very resourceful. And you know, I have to show something later why actually Queen D3 was not so easy. I later discussed this with some players and I understood why Queen D3 was actually not so easy because of a crazy tactic.
Yes.
And you know, this kind of calculation, defensive ideas is why Bjerre helped yesterday. Today, however, it seems like Hovhannisyan has managed to equalize with black.
Let's show the opening also. Let's check the opening. What is happening here?
Yeah.
Okay. So E4.
Knight F3, Knight C6.
No surprise. This is main opening for Robert.
Bishop B5. And this time Hovhannisyan goes for Berlin.
Yes.
He wants to be rock solid with black.
Endgame master.
Yeah.
Endgame master wants endgame, right?
Endgame. Of course, Bjerre is like, no endgame for you, sir. D3, bishop C5, C3,
C3,
trying to at some point go for D4. But black is like, I want to challenge the center myself. After castles goes D5.
Again D5, like in Pragg's game, right?
Yes.
This D5 immediately D5. Nowadays this D5 move is very popular, right?
And I think the main idea is that bishop takes C6, B takes C6.
If knight takes E5,
knight takes E5,
yes, what
rook
is this?
to E8 is the move. And
even sacrificing C6 pawn,
knight
means,
C6,
right? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, knight C6, if you take in this position, then black plays queen to D6. And in this position, after queen D6, black is actually doing quite well.
Black has good compensation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, of course, Bjerre knew this. He took the pawn, queen D5.
Instantly, by the way.
Instantly.
Actually, both players, they
know this.
They know this.
Bishop C4 and Lilith, just to explain to the viewers, queen D6 was a very popular move for a long period of time. But recently, the Indians have came up with this move, queen to D8.
Okay.
Which actually was played before bishop D6, so that the bishop has this square.
Ah, that's why.
Yeah.
Actually, that's why queen D8 now is preferable.
Rook E1, H6, knight D2, A6, just developing moves. A3,
yes.
Rook E8,
Actually, they are playing, yes. They
normal
are playing,
chess, yeah.
But fast also.
Yes.
So it
Bishop
means
B2,
that
Bishop B5. Actually, here he took his time, thought for 13 minutes.
Robert, right?
Knight E4, and he just chop Bishop E6. Actually, this game was always around equal. I feel not a whole lot happened.
Nothing, yes.
Special, yeah.
Nothing special.
Takes, Queen E2, A5, trying to challenge this pawn structure here. White played Rook D1, Queen E8, trying to, also get rid of this pin. Rook C1, chop. And now, very nice move, knight D4.
Knight D4. Okay, what is this move? Let's stop here a bit.
The idea is that if you take...
yes, if I take, right?
E takes.
And then E4 pawn.
E4 is hanging. If you take my D4 pawn, then your A3 pawn is hanging. Right. So you cannot actually take my pawn.
Okay, but if I take with the rook...
Then I will go bishop E5.
Right?
Yeah.
Bishop E5, I have to
go to
move
C4
my
maybe.
Rook.
And I take on B2 and...
Queen... yes, bishop takes B2, queen takes B2.
And Rook E4. And completely equal.
Because Rook C7 actually is not working.
Because of back rank.
Yes, back rank. Again, this every day we have this back rank issue. Yes, Rook E1 now, of course, is not... Yes, that's why... Okay, so this happened in the game. Oh, they finished. They finished
yes,
actually.
This game is a draw also.
Okay, this game is a draw. So what happened in the game? Let's check. So knight takes D4. What happened? So it takes D4.
Yes, rook takes D4.
Actually, our variation happened.
Yeah. All of this happened.
Okay.
No. This did not happen. AB4, knight D4.
Yes.
Queen E3 was played.
Queen E3.
Knight F3, Queen F3, and black played C6. Queen E3, Bishop C7, G3. They just traded some more pieces. Rook D1, and after King G2, Bjerre offered a draw. Hovhannisyan accepted. So this game was very always solid. Yeah.
Yes, very solid game.
Grandmaster game.
Grandmaster game. So Bjerre couldn't get any advantage out of the opening. It was very solid.
It was very solid. Actually, this Arvind's game had some more moves, and it seems like a lot has happened. Knight F2, H5. Oh my God! One second. H5. Because we see this here. Let's just see. What is happening?
The game actually ended already.
No. They are still thinking.
No. 1-0 I see.
Yeah. But in the camera.
In the camera.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is just.
1 second.
Actually, this is...
Oh, he resigned. He resigned there. Xu Xinagyu.
Oh, let's check.
Arvind has won his game.
Oh,
wow.
Hopefully he will join. He will join us, right, Arvind? We want to hear his thoughts after such masterpiece.
For sure.
So what happened? H5, Rook H1. Okay. Queen E7. He took the pawn. Okay. Yeah. Now actually G4 is also hanging, right? Queen F7. Okay. Rook H4.
And Xu Xinagyu played e5 and he resigned.
Yeah, e5 he's okay. There is tactic, right?
Yeah, he played e5 and
Maybe,
before
yes.
Arvind played his move, he resigned himself.
Right? He resigned himself. Maybe our viewers will,
Guys,
will tell the move.
Can
Why
you
he
find
resigned?
why did he resign?
Yes.
And people are writing Arvind OP. OP means overpowered. Like so everyone is saying Arvind OP. Guys, why did Xu Xinagyu resign in this position? Beautiful game. Yes, Ghassan Abdullah saying rook to h8. Exactly.
Yes,
Shaurya Chaudhary,
yes.
Hope, Asha Sharma, Satvik. Yes, guys, great. Sanchit Jain, King takes h8.
This is such a great game, actually.
Guys, what a miniature by Arvind in this game. And now he has joined. He has not joined. He's the leader.
Yes, he's the leader, actually. Yes. He.
Atharva asks, hello, where is Vidit Gujarati? I think Vidit is in Mumbai right now. Maybe we will see him play some tournament soon. And they're saying he respects us for streaming us also. Thanks a lot. Ruket.
Thanks a lot for following us,
yes,
right?
Thanks a lot for following, guys. Arvind has joined the leader, become the sole leader right now with 2 out of 3 points.
Right. So let's check other games. So this was masterpiece.
Masterpiece. Let's check what's happening with Hakobian.
Yes. Let's check what is this.
Oh my God, what a position.
What is this rook, right? So today we have rook g1.
And people are saying his accuracy, Arvind's was 99.8.
Yes.
What is that?
Maybe one of the best games of Arvind. What do you think?
It was a, for sure it was very nice, but I think that his opponent maybe did not find the best defensive.
This rook e8 was
is a bit slow,
suspicious, right?
Yeah.
It looked suspicious.
I'll just get this camera for Hakobian here.
Right, what is this? Today we have rook g1. Now we have, from Arvind, right, rook g1. Now we have rook g2 from Nodirbek.
Yes, just 1 second here.
Okay.
We will get g6 was the last move, right?
Yes, g6 is the last move.
Okay, I'll just get this. Yes, and here we have the cameras as well. What is the rook doing on g2?
Yes, this is what I was saying. Rook on g2. Okay, let's check the opening as usual, right? So what happened in this game? So Nodirbek d4.
Yeah.
So actually we have today two d4. Two
d4s,
right?
And 2 e4s so far we have checked.
Yes.
d5, knight f3, knight f6, and rook a3.
a3. Raja, what is this?
No, this is just,
What is this? We are not used to see such moves, right?
Chess has been studied so much in the openings that Yakubboev is like, I want to, just play a completely fresh position. And he plays a3 here. Wow.
This is really very big surprise, right?
Actually, 1 second, I'll just update the bars as well here.
Okay.
So that the players can see the results. Thanks a lot for reminding me. And yes, here we can see the results that have been updated. Yeah.
So a3, surprising move. Okay, so e6 after. By the way, Aram doesn't look so surprised. He responded within 1 minute.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to develop my pieces.
So e6, normal move, and now bishop f4.
Yeah, so he goes for the London system.
With a3.
With a3, but
what is
this? Black has committed this move pawn to e6, which means that this bishop on c8 is a bit passive. So maybe
But it's usual. You remember even in the World Championship match, Dingley ran against Gukesh. Gukesh played e6 against London system, right? So that's why it's a little bit, it's surprising anyway. So c5, normal move, and e3, okay.
Typical so far. Knight
c6,
h3,
and h3.
One of the big advantages of this move, a3 Lilith, is that whenever black goes queen b6, white can just go knight to c3.
Okay.
This is a very important point actually.
Question.
Guys, free pawn on b2. Will you take it?
Yes, this is the question.
Yeah. Can you take my pawn on b2? Let's see if people can find it.
Yes.
Astro Pikachu says, no, you cannot take it.
Why?
Why? Why can you not take it? No, people are saying no. I think they all see it, Lilith. They are too strong.
They are
Knight
too
to
strong.
A4
Knight A4, yes.
traps Black's queen there on B2.
By the way, very important pattern to remember.
Yeah.
Very important pattern to remember.
Exactly.
Yes. So H3.
Zura finds it. Great job, Zura. Astro Pikachu also. H3, A6.
Okay.
What are these moves? Yeah, H3, A3.
Yes, yes. Honestly, here, Raja, I have a question, of course. What prepared Yakubboev, right, against Bishop D6, like normal move? What do you think?
So, in general, if you think about it, once you exchange these bishops, you are left with this bishop on C8, which is always a bit passive. You know, it doesn't know where to go. Of course, if you get E5, it's good.
Yes.
So after bishop D6, I think white just wanted D takes C5.
Just to go for this.
Because if you take on F4 now,
yes, let's check.
E takes F4. And in this position, actually, white has good control of this E5 square, D4 square. Okay. And I like these positions a lot. Yes, I have doubled pawns, but I'm controlling this E5 break, and I think this is quite a pleasant position for white.
Okay. And actually, for now, just
pawn up.
White is also pawn up,
yeah.
Right? Okay. So after bishop D6, you think this is the move? Just
yes,
D takes C5.
D6, C5.
Okay, that's why maybe Aram decided just to wait here,
exactly.
Right? To wait, and anyway, D takes C5 actually.
So you know you gained a move,
right?
Because now after bishop C5, you have your pawn on A6 already,
and this is actually useful.
For sure,
this is useful move for Black. Okay, so this is happened. Knight BD2. Okay, so Knight BD2, castle. B4, okay, attacking the bishop, right? Bishop B7.
Yeah.
Normal,
bishop D3.
Bishop D3.
And this next move by Aram is very, very creative. You know, I said Black always wanted to go E5.
Right.
So how can Black go E5? Only one way, Knight to D7.
Oh, but this is very creative.
Very creative.
This
also,
is not typical at all.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Actually, I haven't seen such.
Yeah, me neither actually.
Yes.
C4 played, you know, challenging the center.
Challenging the center, right?
Bishop F6.
Okay.
Rook C1 and E5 anyways.
Anyways, E5. Well, but it looks so complex.
This is complex.
We need time to understand, right?
This is very complex position. Because CD5 is an option. After bishop H2, E4 is an option. I don't think white can give away this bishop. So
actually, he played
back.
bishop H2, yes. Yeah. And what happened here? E4.
Actually, can Black play in this position simply pawn to D4?
Now let's check. But look also, Raja, look at the clock also, by the way. Look at the clock. They are thinking, they are really taking their time.
Yeah, they're taking their time actually. And it's
12
moves.
Only, yes.
And they have thought for 1 hour each.
Yes. So in this game, for sure time
trouble is coming, yeah.
Time trouble is coming. This is for sure.
E4.
Okay.
Take.
Actually, E4 was a critical.
Yeah. CD5, EF3, DC6, FG2.
And now we see how white rook.
Guys, what is this position? I mean, this is
so crazy. But I like such games, you know. It's no standard.
Yeah, it's fun to look at it, I think, Lilith. But when you're playing, you're just so nervous.
True. This reminds us of Fischer, a random chess, right? Also with Rook G1, King is E.
Exactly, yeah. King is.
But Raja, did you notice also that today in both games actually
Rook G1 happened.
Rook G1, King is only one.
Only one, yeah. True. In Arvind's game as well, right? Yeah. So B takes C6, Rook takes G2, G6. Just stopping all kinds of attacking ideas here. Also, the bishop has a square.
Right.
Knight C4 played.
C4.
And this is the live position that we have on the board. I think it's very complicated.
Very complicated. Very complex.
I think if I was Black, I would definitely consider Knight to B6 in this position.
Because the Knight is very strong, right?
Yeah, Knight is strong.
You want just to trade it.
And also I want to attack your pawn on H3 there. So I feel Knight B6 is very, very logical.
Yes, I completely agree with you. And I think Aram will play that move because actually we don't see other alternative, right?
Yeah.
Good alternative.
Actually, Aram has made his move.
Okay.
And he played rook to e8 in this position.
Okay, rook to e8. Also looks normal.
Also looks normal, of course. I somehow wanted to, first develop my bishop in the game.
Yes, with knight b6,
with knight
right?
b6.
Yes, and just
attack the h3 pawn. Black goes for rook e8, Lilith. Also interesting, and I think this game we should definitely keep our eyes on. We haven't checked one game actually.
Yes.
Between Kollars Dmitri from Germany playing against Benjamin Gledura from Hungary. Both very, very talented players. And I will
Very
just get
strong.
their cameras as well. What was the last move there? Was rook
d8.
Yeah.
Yes, rook d8 is the last move. Yes, and let's check what happened in this game. We will check, of course. Yes. And yesterday, actually, Kollars was very lucky, right, against the Chinese grandmaster.
Whom was he playing yesterday? Against Xu Xinagyu.
Yes, against Xu.
For sure.
Against Xu, and he was completely lost. But Xu, blundered in the last minute. The last minute he blundered. And today, let's see. Actually, he has some age in Kollars. He has some age. But of course, we will discuss now from the beginning.
Yeah, just 1 second. I'll get the live board.
Yes. We are waiting.
Rook
we are
c6,
waiting for
king f3,
for the
and then rook d8. Yeah.
Rook d8 is the last one. Because we have 15-minute delay.
Exactly.
That's why we have these issues.
So we have to make sure that
everything is under control.
Yeah, and now we are here. Rook d8 played, and this is the position that we have on the board right now. What do you think? Do you think white is better?
Let's start from the beginning, Raja. Let's start from the beginning because the opening is also interesting, right? Okay, so Kollars Dmitri. So he played e4.
Yeah.
Okay, and again Sicilian, by the way. Again
Benjamin played Sicilian again.
Sicilian again. Knight f3, e6. Okay. This move word actually in our tournament, this move word is very popular so far.
Yes, e6
right?
or knight c6. Both have been played, but e6 more. Yeah,
e6 more. E6 more. So this move word is very popular in our tournament. And g3. This is new for us. I mean, for this tournament, for our tournament, right? g3. Okay. Knight c6. Bishop g2.
Yeah.
Okay. Knight f6. And just d3. Okay. Very like quiet, right? Quiet.
Just 1 second here. This camera is.
We have camera issue now.
Hopefully it's all good soon. Okay, let's see. Hopefully it will start soon. Okay, d3.
Okay, d3.
Yeah.
And d6, okay. So if it's interesting, right, Raja? If black plays d5, it's like some kind of King's Indian attack, right?
KIA, King's Indian attack. Like CIA, this is KIA.
Yes, so that, okay, but d6, okay. What do we play now? Castles, Bishop e7, c4. Oh, what is this, Raja?
So he's trying to get some Maroczy kind of a structure.
So white wants to play knight c3 and then d4?
d4, exactly.
Okay, this is your idea.
And actually this happened because castles, knight c3, knight d7 and d4 was played.
Okay. And just 1 minute here. Knight d7 move. What do you think about this move?
This is actually becoming very popular now. The idea is that black wants to go knight d e5, challenge this knight on f3, because once we exchange this knights, the knight on c6 has control of the d4 square.
Okay.
So knight d7, knight e5. Also, we saw in Aram's game, bishop f6 becomes a possibility.
Right.
So this seems like a typical idea for people to remember.
Okay, and of course, Kollars just now, right? Just played d4.
Yeah.
C takes d4, knight takes d4. Actually, look, Raja, again, look at the clock, right? Kollars is playing quite fast.
Yeah, he was well prepared.
Yes, he was. So it means that this pawn structure, he studied quite well. Yeah. He studied quite well. Okay.
Takes, A6, B3, very typical, trying to bring the bishop out from B2.
Okay.
And maybe some ideas like this.
But this reminds me this hedgehog system, right?
In some, but it's also, if black goes B6, it will be some sort of a hedgehog structure.
Hedgehog, right? But now I think black can't play because
some pressure on this diagonal. Yeah, exactly.
Rocket bishop.
Rocket bishop is opening up. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Rook E8.
Bishop
by the way, just 1 minute here. Look, B3. Look.
Oh,
How long?
He thought for 30 minutes almost.
Yes.
That is a lot of time.
That is quite a lot. Yes,
after bishop b2, he decided to go bishop f8. But these positions are very tough to play with black, and very easy because white has space because of these pawns on c4, e4.
Right.
This rocket here, this rocket there.
Right.
And
actually, this bishop,
is passive.
Is very passive.
Queen c7, queen e3. Rook b8.
Okay, finally, maybe black wants to play b6 and bishop b7, maybe even b5, right?
Yeah. So white goes rook d2, just doubles on this diagonal to put pressure on this pawn.
Okay.
b6, rook d1. Yeah.
Okay.
Bishop b7, and now he goes for this very interesting move, knight e2.
Okay.
Maybe he wanted to go knight f4, knight h5.
But Raja, these positions actually is not easy to play with white also, right? Because it's like not so many ideas actually. Both sides, they are waiting.
I somehow love these positions with white. Yeah,
right?
I mean, one idea is h3, g4. h3 is a very typical move. You can go g4 to get space. Other idea is h4 immediately, and you want to go h5.
Okay.
So I feel like white actually has some ideas in this position.
You feel comfortable?
Yeah, I feel because black's only idea revolves around d5 or b5.
Right.
So white goes knight e2.
Okay.
And black says that I want to trade the queens.
Right. Do you want as white to trade?
So I don't want.
You don't want, but Kollars
wants. So he took. And
okay,
e5. Okay, that's
why
the reason.
He took. Yeah. Yes, that's the reason. That's the reason, because he has this e5 idea. Otherwise, I think he wouldn't trade. So let's understand what is this e5 move. So bishop takes g2, king takes g2, d5, bishop takes e5, and we see that rooks now. White rooks are very powerful.
And white has this 3 versus 2 majority going. So let's just quickly see what happens so that we can catch up. Knight c3. f6, and he trades these bishops, because then the b6 pawn will become very weak actually.
Yes, and the white rook can
come to d6. Yeah. So rook c6, king f3.
Okay.
Actually, rook c6 was a mistake.
Yes, according to evaluation
and
bar,
I think
right?
White could have just taken on f8 in this position.
Right.
And after king takes f8, he could have even considered something like b4 potentially. Rook d6 also seems like a move.
Rook d6. Okay, rook d6, rook c8. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What now?
And I'm not sure, but maybe b4 at some point is coming. I think b4, knight b7. I will chop, and my rook enters the 7th rank.
But 1 minute. Rook d7. Can I take your pawn here? What is this?
Then if you take my pawn, actually in this position, your knight is trapped.
Yes,
your
knight doesn't like
I will just come back knight d1. And your knight is completely trapped there.
Yes, I see. This is very strong.
This was how white should have played. He played king f3 instead. Rook d8. Bishop takes, rook takes, king f8. And I think this is the position. Or they played few more moves actually.
Yes.
Rook d8 check, king e7, rook g8, king f7. So actually if white wants, he can repeat.
Yes.
But I don't think he will repeat.
Yes, Kollars wants to play this endgame, right? And he played actually rook a8. Rook a8.
Yeah.
Okay. So white is slightly better.
White is slightly better. I'll definitely like white because these pawns are slightly weak. But material is equal, and if black plays correctly, he should still be able to hold. Rook d6 now. Okay, he goes f5.
He goes for f5.
And king f6. I actually love this idea.
Right.
Because then he can even consider going g5 at some point.
Because black has actually, here majority.
Majority,
right?
Yeah.
Yes. That's why he... And also, yes, as you said, king wants to be active in endgames, right?
So this game is slightly better for white.
Right.
The other game that's going on, Hakobian versus
this is crazy, of course.
Yakubboev, I think this game can go in any direction.
Yes,
any direction.
And it can be decisive also.
I think it will be decisive.
It will be
for
decisive,
sure. This
right?
game will be
Yes,
decisive for sure. We had one result so far, guys. Arvind won his game against Xu Xinagyu, and we had two draws between Bjerre, Hovhannisyan, and then Pragg drew his game with the black pieces against Sevian, and that's the result we have. Lilith, maybe we can just take a small break and come back to check these two games that we have going on.
Okay.
Okay, guys. We'll just take a small break and we'll be back in a few minutes. And we are back after that small break because we got some exciting moves happening in this game. Yakubboev versus Aram. I think this will definitely be also the second result. Yeah.
The second result.
So,
yes, it looks very crazy, very crazy. So, right, when we in which position we stopped? I think after knight c4, right? We were thinking knight b6
Yes.
move, trying to exchange this knight. But
rook e8 was
Aram played a rook e8. Okay, crazy position.
Yeah, very crazy position. Because look at the next move. Bishop to f5 was played. By the way, for everyone who's just joining in, we are in the third round here in Stepan Avagyan. With me is, of course, very, very nice commentator, international master and woman grandmaster Lilith Mekarchan. And we had Arvind winning today, 2 draws and 2 more games remaining today.
Yes, yes. So bishop f5. What is this? Raja.
Yeah, I think he just wants to exchange the bishop on c8 maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe also
knight d6,
yes,
right?
Also
knight
d6. Yeah.
Yes, and at some point the knight on d7 can be in danger.
Problem, yeah.
Okay.
Knights.
Oh, but look at this move. Knight c5. Wow. What is this, Raja? What a move. Knight c5. Knight c5. What a move. So what is happening here? So let's understand. If b takes c5, the idea is just bishop takes f5.
Yeah.
So this looks good for black. Okay, so this we understood. What is happening if first intermediate, bishop c8?
Then knight d3 again,
then knight
intermediate
d3,
check.
very nice move. Yes, knight d3, rook is hanging, so white is in trouble.
White is in trouble.
Okay, so what then white should play here?
He played knight d6 in this position.
Knight d6. Okay.
Black just took bishop takes f5.
Okay.
Because of course, if you take knight takes e8 now, again there is knight d3 check.
Okay. Again this nasty check, right?
Yeah, this
knight
check
d3.
is very disturbing.
Yes. Okay. So rook c5. Okay. So knight d6. Bishop takes f5. That's why rook takes c5, because if knight f5, again this check.
Yes.
So everywhere
you have to take that knight off.
Yes. So white decided no more this check, you know. So rook takes c5.
And bishop takes h3 played by Aram.
By Aram, right?
And rook g3 I think was played.
Was played already. So rook is under attack, right? Rook g3. Okay. So rook g3. The bishop now is
attacked.
And
I think bishop e6 played.
Yes, bishop e6. So bishop should retreat. Bishop e6. Okay, and now white to move, right?
Yeah, now white to move. White is thinking he can take the rook on e8. Most likely that will happen.
Okay.
4.5 minutes for Yakubboev, 10 minutes for Aram, and they have only made 22 moves.
Yes. Time trouble.
Time trouble. What's your prediction, Lilith? Do you think black? I think black has very good chances to win.
Right? Yes, I also think so.
Because the king is weak. Black has these 2 bishops which are very, and this bishop on h2. I mean, where is this bishop looking?
Yes, but actually, Raja, it means that all this, I mean, here, right, by play, I mean, all this, Aram calculated all these variations.
Beautiful calculation.
And he sacrificed an exchange, it means, right?
Beautiful.
I mean, starting from knight c5, right, he should have calculated all this stuff, because this is forced.
Forced, and I think
this is forced. So he calculated this, and he's playing, by the way, instantly all these moves.
Yeah.
Right, so he calculated this, but this means that he's ready to sacrifice an exchange.
Yeah, ready to sacrifice an exchange, but it makes sense because he has very good control of the position. Bishop d5 is coming next. He has 1 pawn, 2 bishops. White king is weak. Right. Clear compensation.
Yes, more than enough, right?
E4
more
played.
Than enough. Okay, e4.
And I was definitely not expecting this move. But maybe he wants to
go
rook e3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or rook d3 even, you know. I mean, just bringing the rook, right, to the center. Okay. So now black to move. What do we play as black now, Raja? So this is our position.
So bishop d5 is tempting, of course. because I am using advantage of the pin on e1.
Okay.
But I think
and if your move rook e3.
rook e3, exactly.
Yes, exactly, rook
And
e3.
it's still complicated because black can, for example, consider bishop g5 or
It's so
something like. It's complicated.
It's crazy.
Crazy position.
It's crazy position. Yes.
So this is one idea. Maybe black can even consider at some point this, to open up the position somehow. a5.
This I like.
Yeah.
This move I like, a5 move. So we don't want. Let's here understand also after e4 we don't want to play rook d8 because rook d3 then, right? Then just rook d3.
Yeah.
Just rook d3, and we want as black to keep these rooks. That's
to keep
why
as many pieces as possible in the position.
Yes, this we don't want. That's why rook d8 actually is not that great.
Yeah.
a5, I like a5 move because you want to open your rook, right? This is your idea, Raja.
Yeah, I want to open up the position because if the rook comes into the game, the attack is just going to be very, very strong.
Okay, but then let me think. a5, and if I take your pawn, what then? What is this?
Take my pawn.
Yes.
Maybe now rook takes a5.
Then
b takes a5.
Yes.
And maybe I can consider
bishop e5.
Playing this move.
What?
Queen b8 or something.
Because actually we wanted we didn't want to trade the rooks.
Yeah.
But now we traded. So it's now
c5 maybe is also interesting. c5 trying to go queen b5.
Oh, this is okay. And maybe you want to push, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and if I push this pawn.
If you go a6 in this position,
see.
then queen c6 maybe.
Okay, queen c6.
Hitting the e4 pawn and the a6 pawn.
Okay.
And I think that this position can go either way right now.
Either way, if a7,
I can just go back queen a8.
Or take then. Or you don't want to take.
I was not sure actually if I should take. Maybe I can take as well.
Queen takes e4, right?
This is very exciting.
Rook e3,
But now I have queen h1.
Oh, queen h1, okay.
And
this is...
Or even bishop c3 check is possible.
Okay.
So this is actually, I mean,
it's tricky.
It's very tricky.
It's very tricky. Okay,
so
it means that after queen e4 check, as white, what
actually after e4, bishop e7 was played by Aram.
Okay, bishop is not a5, but
not a5, but maybe he's preparing a5.
a5, because he wants to keep the rooks, right? This is his idea. Okay, bishop e7, rook is under attack.
And Aditya Patnaik's today's games are fire. Today's games are just very exciting.
Right. Actually, we had...
1 second. Yes, you can tell.
Raja, we had two solid draws, but the other games are very exciting, right?
Yes.
Two solid draws. Yes, but the rest is very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's see. The rook is on.
The rook has to move.
Where? What do you think?
Can White consider something like this, Lilith, to just give up the rook and say that your dark squares are also very weak, but I am not sure if your king on e1 is also safe.
Yeah, so let's see. So you want to sacrifice.
I was thinking, but I think now actually this idea that we were showing after rook c5, bishop d5, followed by even bishop takes e4 just looks...
If f3?
Yeah, it's possible I can just...
Do you want still...
There, you have rook e5 there actually. So I will start with rook d8.
Okay, rook d8. Okay, but then queen e2, right?
Yeah.
Queen e2.
But black is also a pawn up, yeah? So...
Although, okay, dark squares are weak, but pawn up, as you said.
Yeah. Okay, so bishop e7.
Bishop e7. If not sacrifice, it means rook c3.
Rook c3 played.
Okay.
He just played
rook c3 played, and actually...
Immediately a5.
Okay, and actually evaluation bar. Look what is happening here.
Oh my God. a5 is played.
a5, what a strong move. What a strong... I mean, your idea...
Yeah, but he made a better version of it.
Better version. So it means just I'm very curious. Here maybe white has to go rook a5. No, engine...
Does not like that also.
Evaluation bar is also not... Okay, but
so if not for those two moves, it was just very tough to find a move.
Yes. This is very tough.
So he goes rook cc3, a5.
Very strong.
B takes A5, rook takes A5.
This happened?
This has happened.
This has happened. Okay. And now actually this is a weak pawn.
And Aram is looking like a big favorite to win this match. And if he wins this, he will join Arvind as the leader.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yes. So let's see. So actually bishop E7.
Oh,
what
by
happened?
the way.
Yes, what happened?
After bishop C5, bishop E7, rook H5. No, that is no. That is too much.
That is also not
okay.
according to evaluation bar,
I thought
right?
someone suggested no, but I think this just looks very good, but not really working out. BA5, rook A5. What to do now?
But actually, bishop E7 was a very
nice move.
Very nice move. Just like hitting the rook, and after rook C3, only after that to play
push A5.
Push A5.
So
opening this rook.
Hakobian is in great form, rook A5, and now Yakubboev is thinking with less than 4 minutes on the clock. I think that Aram might be looking at his first victory in this tournament. He goes bishop to rook A5, white to play first.
Yes, if rook D3, Raja. If rook D3, what do you play here?
Actually, he played king F1. Lilith.
Okay, he played king F1.
Yeah.
King F1. Okay.
And I think Hakobian just played bishop to F6.
Okay.
Hitting the rook on C3. And now Yakubboev has to make a decision. Where will the rook go?
Let's see.
He's thinking still.
Okay. Because if rook D3, then
bishop
C4 is coming.
Oops, lights out.
Yes, this is not working. If rook then
E3, if you go rook C E3.
E3. Let's check this.
Possible, but these two rooks somehow just feel very strange.
Very awkward, right?
What about my bishop?
This bishop is yes.
It's a very sad bishop on H2.
It's a very sad bishop, yes.
Bishop F6, Yakubboev
is thinking.
He's under pressure.
Under pressure, no time also. So yes, this is of course this game. Aram has a really big chance.
Aram has a big chance. He still needs to be accurate because Nodirbek is a very tricky player in time trouble. I think in playoffs in Qatar Masters, he had defeated Abdusatov Nodirbek, who is his teammate, top 5, top 10 player in the world. So Yakubboev, when it comes to time pressure, is actually very, very good.
Very, very good. Okay. Let's see what is happening in the next game, right? In this
yeah.
Here we have also many
in this game actually
many moves. Okay. We stopped actually after rook A8 and F5, and we liked F5 move, right? For black. So king E2, okay. A5 now.
But now white has this B5 square for the knight. So
right.
white first goes F4, stops black's idea of going E5 or G5. Black plays H6 to prepare G5.
Okay.
Knight B5, G5.
Final.
Very logical.
Very logical.
King E3, supporting the pawn, bringing the king in the center. King F6, rook H8. Your pawn is under attack. King G7 and now rook D8.
Rook D8.
Slowly but surely white's advantage is increasing.
It's increasing, right. Actually today, okay, so Arvind won as white, right? Dmitry might win also as white.
3 decisive results, possible.
Possible, right? Yes.
Yeah, after rook D8, Gledura comes back, king to F6 actually.
King to F6, yes.
And maybe knight D4 followed by rook D6 is the way to go.
So you are suggesting knight D4?
Yes.
Okay.
And then rook D6.
Rook C7 is the
only move,
right? And now you want to play rook D6 because now you just want to win a pawn.
Yeah, and this is just very good for white because your knight on C5 is stuck to protecting this pawn on E6.
Right.
The rook on B7 is
the only
passive,
move,
but maybe now I can consider
A3,
A3, B4. Hitting this knight on C5.
Because this is also
exactly.
Okay, what a nice position for
white, right? Actually Kollars has played really well from that Maroxivine position, and his
E5 was right. E5 move was
beautiful move.
Yes. E5 move was very, very nice one. So we see that this kind of end games is in white's favor.
White's favor for sure.
Actually.
And they are approaching the time control, 40 moves. So I think that Kollars will try to grind it down. I'm very excited about this game, Lilith. because what is happening here, bishop f6, white
knight.
gives up the rook on c3, but
Right.
will you take it?
Oof.
Will you take the rook or no?
Yes.
No, because then rook d8. That's the trick.
Okay.
You have to be very careful.
Very careful,
Yakubboev, I told you, is very tricky. Very tricky. You should not take the rook.
Right.
You should just play something like king g7 maybe.
King g7. Okay.
Or something, some safe move.
Okay. No. Okay. So we want to prepare bishop c3, right?
Oh wow.
Yes.
You know what he played? The rook from a5 swung over to h5.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And what is this?
If you move the bishop, rook h1
yes.
check is finito la comedy.
Okay. Then if king comes to g1.
Yeah, king g1 is logical.
Right.
Let me try to think now. What can I do? Maybe now king g7. I mean, just to get out of the pin.
And still bishop c3 is not
a threat.
possible,
Yeah.
right? Still it's not possible.
So king g7 looks very, very natural in this position.
King g7.
Yeah, king g1 played.
King g1. Yes, king g1 is like...
And king g7 also looks very natural. Played. Instantly played by Hakobian.
Oh, king g7 played already?
Played.
Okay,
Hakobian
king g7, now bishop c3 actually.
And he's putting pressure on the clock. 2.5 minutes for Yakubboev.
But actually, Endgame bar is not that satisfied with this.
Yeah, but I think
practically
and also right now with so little time, it's hard to be accurate.
Right.
So rook c2 played by Yakubboev. And you see, it's just very easy to play with black. These two, his king is safe and your king is very weak. In this position, I might even consider c5.
I also was thinking
c5
because c4, right? And actually, we see that this rook is supporting c5, right? Yes, c5 looks very tempting.
And also, my queen on e8 might come to 8, trying to come on this diagonal to put pressure on white's king.
Yes, I was thinking also queen b5.
Also queen b5,
right?
exactly.
No, yes, c5 looks actually very nice. Yes, Aram actually played, right? Or
no, not yet. Rook c2, and
this
here he's thinking.
This is our actual position.
This is
right?
the live board, guys.
But we see from evaluation bar that rook c2 actually engine doesn't like. But what instead can white do here? If not,
I don't even know. Rook d4 might be the best move, but I'm not sure. I don't even know.
Rook d4 against c5 now. Still.
Yeah, rook d4, c5.
Yes,
then
I mean, if rook d4, let's see.
c5 looks very strong here, actually.
c5 again, right? The same idea.
So it was
yes,
not
it's not easy. It's not in time pressure, especially.
So rook c2 played and people are recommending rook g5 check, but
when now?
Right now, but
let's check.
Possible, yeah. Rook g5 check is also possible.
Possible, and if king h1, then maybe some
e4 tactics,
tactics, right? Okay, if king f1, then.
If king f1, then bishop c8 looks very powerful to me, Lilith.
This let's show this move because bishop a6. Okay, this
e4 pawn is hanging. There's a beautiful idea there.
Yes, this was very strong.
Oh, but rook c2. What did he do?
Actually,
he played rook g5 check. Aditya Patnaik, great job. Your move has been played.
Yes, has been played. So rook g5 check. So
where will the king go?
Okay, maybe rook g3 maybe. Yes, rook g3. Okay, what is this? Because actually white wants to trade, right? Pay off rooks.
Yes. Maybe he wants to go rook b5 now.
Rook b5.
Yes.
Okay, and what is the threat?
I'm threatening bishop b3.
No, okay. Bishop b3.
Oh, by the way, rook g5 and bishop g3 was played.
Bishop g3.
I'm not sure I like that.
Bishop g3. Where is our position? Rook g5 check and bishop g3.
h5 looks so scary, Lilith.
Yes. This is also my first.
Yeah, push the pawn.
Push and h4.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. If h5, h4 is a threat.
h4 is a threat.
So king should move then. King where? h1, Okay, let's
king h1. Still h4.
Still h4. Okay, bishop is under attack. Bishop. If bishop f4, what then?
Bishop f4. Yeah, rook g4 maybe.
Just rook g4.
But it's all going to boil down to white's clock. He has to be very careful.
Yes,
Rook
yes.
g5 check, bishop
So
g3.
bishop g3,
and
h.
no, not
No,
yet. Bishop
not
g3
yet.
and Aram is thinking.
Aram is thinking.
Because bishop e5 Lilith is also a possibility.
Bishop e5 move.
Yes.
But do you want to trade this bishop?
Yeah,
I'm
true.
not that sure. No, I'm not that sure. No. Bishop e5, we don't want to trade this bishop. h5 looks very tempting.
h5 looks normal.
Normal.
Queen move also, maybe queen a8, something like this.
Right.
Yeah, h5 played.
h5
played
yes,
by
h5
Hakobian.
Played.
Yes.
But you see, evaluation bar is not that.
Yeah, but I think evaluation bar in this position doesn't matter so much, because practically white is
h5. H4. You want to play without thinking.
Exactly.
Right? So okay, h4 is a threat. So king h1 or king h2, I think.
King h1, yeah, for sure.
Because how to stop otherwise this, right? So okay, king h1 looks normal. h4 and bishop f4. This looks very
normal. And rook g4 now. I think it's possible that the game goes in this direction.
Yes, very logical. Rook g4, but here I wanted to play
king h2, Lilith.
h2. Okay.
Is that a mistake?
No,
not really.
King h2. Okay.
I just want to bring my queen. I want to go c5. I somehow want to bring my queen in the game.
c5, right?
Yeah, somewhere I want to push this pawn to c5. Maybe now.
But here, Raja. No, e5 is just too much, right?
Yeah, e5 I will just take. Even with
I
the rook I can
wanted to play some f4, but no, it's too much. I agree.
Yeah, f4 is just very risky.
e5 then e4.
Sorry?
e5 then f4.
e5 actually, the thing is, rook e5 is also maybe very good for black.
Yes.
Like
no,
this
e5
double
is
exchange
just,
sacrifice.
Yes, this is just.
Oh my God, this is a dream position for
and then
black.
some bishop f5, right?
Yeah, this looks very good.
Okay, so let's
h2.
see. This is our position. C5 we are suggesting.
Yeah, king
right?
h2. One person asks if after h4 why not take, because if you take, then rook h5 pins your bishop. This is completely losing.
Because this is also coming.
Queen is also coming. So king h2.
Right. No, this is.
He's not made his move yet.
Aram is Aram is taking his time. Okay, what?
h4
bishop
played.
g4, I think.
No, h4 played.
h4, okay.
Yeah, h4 played, and
h4.
Yakubboev goes bishop d6.
d6, okay.
And then bishop g4 played by Hakobian.
Okay, but this is so crazy.
But they are so accurate. Like, no one has made a blunder yet.
Yeah, right.
Like the king
in
is
this
weak.
Crazy position, right?
When we are analyzing, we've made so many mistakes, but these players with 3 minutes, they're playing rock solid chess.
Right. So, okay, the queen is under attack. What to do
e4
now?
pawn also.
Do we play as white? I mean, do we want to play f3 or not?
f3 is just possible, but it's weakening, right? Somehow.
It's weakening somehow. Yes, I also don't want to
because bishop e5 check looks scary for example. Very scary. Oh my God.
Check. Okay, bishop e5. If takes
queen e5.
Takes
no
e5.
way. This looks so dangerous.
Okay, but let's go because I see evaluation bar and I'm some kind of.
But I mean, in the game they don't know about this.
Yes. But we know that's why we can.
Because bishop h5, this looks completely losing to me.
Bishop h5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this just
but you know what I want? Honestly, I want to trade because I can play rook g2 maybe. Oh no, rook g2. Maybe it's no.
No, this is. I don't think this is going to happen. Okay, let's still stick bishop d6, bishop g4, and here Yakubboev is thinking about his move. Not so easy to make a decision.
Not. But I think he will play f3.
No, f3 100%. It's not possible. Bishop
but, okay,
e5.
what then? Then queen e1.
Yeah, then queen e1 maybe.
So you prefer queen e1 over f3?
Queen e1 played.
Queen e1. Okay. Queen e1 played.
Because now bishop e5, I might play f4.
Okay, let's check. So if bishop e5, now
f4
you want to play f4
give me a big
and
advantage.
also no, actually not h4, but yes. Okay.
Bishop e5 not played, queen e1. And okay, let's stick to this position because 4 minutes for Aram. Now he's also down to his last few minutes. This is getting very exciting.
Very exciting. Yes, very exciting actually. Material is white has so black has exchange for 1 pawn, right?
Yes, exactly.
This
Black is down in exchange, but he has 1 pawn,
1 pawn.
and also White's king is a little weak, so that's where Black's compensation
And,
lies.
yes, and the payoff bishops.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Okay, but what to play now as Black?
I was thinking I need to move my bishop on g4 somewhere. So
because f4 is a threat,
exactly.
right? f4 and then e5 then rook will come to g2. But actually this is very tricky now.
It's not easy.
No,
I think
it's not
White
easy.
can also win this game
Yes,
actually.
Yes.
Because if
I
White
think
is,
Aram somehow misplayed.
It misplayed a little bit,
Yes.
because f4 e5 and White is trying to just cement
Right.
his center there.
Right. This honestly I don't like that much for Aram.
I mean, let's see. I think we're always just one move away from creating a lot of problems for your opponent. Let's say Aram finds a very good move, then we will say, I don't like the position for Nodirbek so much. It's all move to move.
Move to move. Okay, but should we take this opportunity to see Endgame?
And let's see if they reach the time control. Okay, 39th move. And he has made a mistake actually.
Right, let's check. So rook h8, king g7, rook d8. So here we stopped.
Yeah.
And you suggested actually knight d4, very nice.
Yeah, I think it was.
So
it
White
was a must.
played king d4.
Big miss by Kollars actually.
Knight d4.
Knight d4, knight rook d7, h5, and knight a7. But the evaluation has dropped to equality now.
Right.
I suspect that Black can play rook d6 check now.
Actually, don't move, right?
Rook c5 is possible, but rook d6 check makes sense.
Okay.
Rook takes, knight takes, and actually no, this is losing because of c5.
This is losing because of this endgame, right?
Oh no, maybe
no.
What's the winning move here? Fg5 check maybe.
And then king e5.
And king e5, yeah.
Okay, this is you are suggesting, and king e5. Okay.
So Black has to play rook after knight c5 blunder.
Oh.
On the 39th move, made a big blunder.
Let's see why. It's so interesting. This
is a big blunder.
But why? Okay, we have knight c6 move first. Then what else? What else do we have?
Fg5 check we have, right? Intermediate move.
Intermediate move.
Yes. Fg5, king g5.
Rook g7 maybe.
Yeah, rook g7
and then knight c6.
Looks very much possible here, Lilith. Rook g7 check.
Okay,
let's make it.
Let's make it. Rook g7
king
check.
f6 and
king
now
f6.
just knight takes c6. King takes
and
g7, king e5, and this is winning.
King e5. But actually king e5 maybe okay. I mean king e5 looks very strong.
And this is because this endgame when the knight comes to d4 and then a3, b4 can come.
And king on e5,
yeah,
right?
It's
all about king actually, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean just here. So it means that the
rook
only
c5
move was rook
only
c5.
Move. Yeah.
Rook c5 only move.
Of course, a bit difficult, to put your rook on c5, but he had to play this. And after knight c5, now if Kollars finds fg5, rook g7, he will be winning. So I think one result on this board kind of fixed, but Aram is shaking there. Aram
what happened?
Bishop d6, bishop g4, queen e6 played, but they're down to 1 minute.
Oh, what is this?
Yeah, and 5-6 moves to make, so I think we can stay here.
Yes,
until they reach.
e6. And actually, I don't like what is happening here for Aram, honestly.
The position, because queen e6, I think
f4, yes,
played.
f4 of course, f4.
Yeah.
What we were thinking also. So
rook b5 maybe, or what?
Maybe rook d5.
Wow, rook d5 not. Is a crazy move there, Lilith. What a suggestion.
Let's check, right?
Oh my
rook
God.
d5.
That is an insane idea. If e takes, then the queen is hanging. He plays rook b5. He plays rook
b5. Okay.
Too much pressure.
Oh, actually, evaluation bar is not that happy, but this is, yes, rook b5, it's still quite okay.
It's okay, but White has somehow stabilized his position.
Right.
And I wanted this pawn to be on c4 already. It's still on c6.
It's still on c6, right.
And you look at Aram's body language there, Lilith.
He understands.
He's nervous.
Yes, but he understands that he did something wrong. But I have a question for you. rook c6 is possible or
No,
not?
no. I can
not-
never take that pawn. No.
It's not time, right? You know,
Rook
I
that
like
you
I like
cannot.
such pawns. But let's check.
No,
I'm
rook
just
b2
very
check.
curious.
You cannot allow my rook to invade.
Rook b2, right?
Yeah, this is too
much.
dangerous.
It's too much. And if rook
d2, I can at least win the pawn on e4, in the minimum.
So you take, right?
Minimum, I can do this.
And then queen e4, right? This
looks...
Oh.
No, I mean, here actually queen a2 immediately also looked interesting, but okay. Rook d2, queen d2, what's the winning move?
What's the winning move? Not queen e4.
Queen b3 is the winning move. Wow.
Oh,
and then the queen comes to h3.
Yes, this was very nice actually.
This was a nice move, but we have a question. Instead of queen e6, can we go rook d5? Sachin asks,
yes,
hi Sachin.
Yes.
Rook d5 was a very nice move.
Very
nice because
move.
You're threatening rook takes d6 also. Actually, our chat is also very strong.
Very strong, yes.
Rook d5 was a beautiful...
right? Yes, so if rook takes d5, c takes d5, right? Maybe e5, white has to play here, right? e5.
Yeah, this is complicated. Okay, let's see to the live board after rook b5. Has Yakubboev made a move? No, not yet.
Not yet. So of course he will not take on c6, right?
No.
Okay, and how about a4? If white starts to push.
One second. He's about to make a move. No way. I don't believe he will take the pawn. No way. Yeah, he goes rook dc3.
Rook dc.
Yes.
No, e5.
E5 first.
Otherwise, d6 was hanging.
Okay, so okay, we'll just wait until it happens on the board.
Yes, e5.
King g8. This is the 36th move. And now rook dc3.
And now, but this looks already.
No, it's okay for black. Black is fighting. Black is fighting.
Okay.
Maybe rook d5, rook d1 could be an idea.
This is such a crazy game. I don't know. Okay, so rook d5. Let's check. So this is your idea.
Yeah, I want to invade somehow. I want to put my pieces next to your king somehow because your king is completely exposed.
I see. But you know me. You know what move I will suggest, right? I want to see this.
No, again. That's possible. But actually in the game...
Yes, what happened?
Rook c3, bishop f5 was played.
No. Here, which move?
Bishop f5.
Bishop f5.
Yes.
Okay.
Which was a good move.
Which was a good move. Yes, the rook is on the top.
And now rook e2 played by Yakubboev. This is the 38th move. 2 more moves to make for both the players until they reach the time control.
Okay, rook e2.
So these moves are very important now.
Very important.
Because after move 40, if you have a winning position, they will find it.
Right. So now let's understand, Raja.
Okay,
after rook e2, this is a threat, right?
No, it's because d6 is hanging. So
yes, but then rook e8 is coming, and then queen h4 is coming.
So I have to defend my bishop.
Right. So now it takes f6 is a threat.
Can I go rook b1 here? Is it possible?
Let's check. Rook b1. Yes, normal move.
Rook c1. And then to somehow find something here, rook takes c1. Queen takes c1. And this position is very tense. But okay, we'll wait for the players to make their move. Rook e2 and bishop d8 played. Wow.
Okay, bishop was hanging. He just decided that, okay, let's go bishop d8.
And bishop
a5. Oh, very nice move, by the way.
This is 2 more moves. Yes, 2 more moves to make. I will just refresh the bar 1 second here. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I refreshed the bar right now. And after bishop d8, Yakubboev with 30 seconds on his clock. What did he play?
Okay, I want to ask you, Raja. Again, I want to take this.
No. That pawn is poisoned, Lily.
But why?
Because you are allowing my rook to come in the game.
Okay. So now this is the thing, right?
And
actually, no, not really.
Actually, bishop a5 first, and then rook b3 is coming.
So you want to play this move? Yes, bishop a5, then rook b3, and the rook is coming like this. Okay, this is all this point.
1 second. Bishop d8, what is happening? Let's wait for the players.
Okay. By the way, annoying move, right? Bishop a5 now.
What happened there? The orbiter is there. What happened? What? Did he lose
He
on?
lost in time or what?
What happened there?
Yes, we see there is some
Oh, he
issue.
blundered Queen H1. What? Where
No.
did he played Queen H1? Yes.
Oh, what is this? No,
Where
but
is-
we see on the camera that there is some issue with the clock.
There is issue with the clock, but
With
there
the
is
clock.
issue with the position also.
Okay, Queen H1. What is this? But why it's such a blunder?
Maybe the clock did not add 30 minutes or something like this. But Queen H1,
Rook
Rook
B1.
B1 played,
Yes.
and Black is suddenly much better, close
Okay,
to winning.
I think his idea is just like what I was thinking, to take the pawn. So what is this?
But did they move 40 or what? I don't understand.
Yes.
Okay, he takes the pawn on c6. But Black
Yes.
is winning now.
Black is winning now, but okay, how?
They reached the time control
They
and
reached-
Black is winning.
But how? How? This
How
is
is
the
the
question.
tough question?
Yes. Okay, we need Queen to join, right?
Queen has to join the party somehow.
somehow, right?
Bishop g4, Queen f5 is one idea.
Yes. What else? Bishop.
Rook f1 is also one idea actually. Bishop g4 followed by Rook f1 is also one idea. Okay,
But it's not this.
let's say Bishop g4. Okay,
No,
somehow this is
somehow.
not winning.
This is not winning. But it's not easy here.
Okay, guys, can we find
Yes,
it?
can
Bishop
we-
a5
here
is
we
one
see-
suggestion in the
yes.
chat.
Also no. I mean, we
somehow-
see evaluation bar. Bishop a5, I also was
It's a
thinking.
logical.
It's
Maybe
very
White
logical.
can come back Bishop b4 and
And
this is
trying
fine.
to finally trade these
Yeah.
queens.
So guys, Black to play. This is a
Black
great
to-
exercise
yes,
for all of
Black
us.
to play.
Even I am
and
very
win.
curious.
Yes, Black to play and win. But
I'm very
how?
curious.
Yes, this looks.
How can Black win? Maybe we can flip the board, yeah?
Maybe Rook B. No, Rook.
I want to think with the Black position here.
Oi, this is.
This is a big change, yeah? What happened?
Oi, this is, when you. Okay. I mean, this is not easy at all. We want to attack f4, right?
Yeah, we want to hit the pawn on f4.
But
Rook f1.
you suggested Rook f1, right? But
Yes, Rook f1, yes, for sure is the move.
you want anyway to play that.
No.
No!
It's the move for White.
Yes, it's the move for white, but this is not easy at all.
Okay, we have some suggestions.
Yes.
Bishop b6.
Could be.
Wow.
Yes, could be also.
Wow.
Could
Who is
be.
this person?
Yes.
Dr. Yukti Gupta. Thanks a lot.
because
What a
Bishop
suggestion.
yes, Bishop G1, right?
And
This
it's
is,
game over.
Oh, nice. But actually, Aram played this move.
No,
or
no, no. He's
not?
thinking. And
No,
look,
it's
he's
14
surprised.
move. No, it's 14 move. He should. I mean, he.
No, they reached the time control. They
No,
somehow
Queen
reached the-
H1, Rook B1.
Yeah.
No, this is 49 move.
Yeah, but
Right,
somehow they
yeah.
have reached the time control.
So
actually.
Queen C6 here. Why black should move now?
No,
I mean,
this is the
it's-
live position actually, and they somehow they repeated something. I'm not sure, but they got.
okay.
And he played it. Wow!
Ooh, he played Bishop B6.
What a move there by Aram, and he just gets up from the chair. What a move!
Yes, because Bishop G1, right? This
Bishop
idea
G1,
is
and if
just
you go
crap.
Bishop C5,
Oh, sorry.
if you go Bishop C5 in this position, your queen is hanging
Right.
because the rook no longer supports your queen. What a
Right.
find there by
Right.
Hakobian, by Yukti Gupta. Guys, the ones who are joining in, Arvind is right now in the lead with 2 out of 3. But if Aram wins this game, he will join also the leaderboard with 2 out of 3. And I think Yakubboev realizes he went wrong. He's just, sitting there by himself. He looks at the clock and,
Yes.
his sighs. When you look at the clock and you give a sigh, usually you know that something has gone wrong.
Exactly. Let's check another game.
Oh, if Rook G2, they're asking what if Rook G2?
Okay.
Stopping Bishop G1.
Okay. Rook G2.
How can white play now? I guess h3. You hit the rook on g2, and if the rook moves,
g3,
then the queen joins the party.
Yes.
And suddenly all of black's pieces are coordinating well, and white's position has completely crumbled. Amazing move there, bishop b6, bringing the last piece in the attack.
All right.
So Yakubboev is completely losing right now. And did Kollars find it? Yes.
Yes. So what happened
Just
here?
once
Yes.
I'll
So
get the camera.
he played this, and we are expecting king
Yeah.
e5. This is such a human move. King e5 here, because you want to put king here, right?
What's the other move actually?
Yes. Engine doesn't like it that much. But okay. I mean,
What's
this
the
looks
move?
so.
Oh my god, knight takes
tempting.
a5.
Oh, this tactic.
Free pawn.
Oh, nice. Yes.
If you take with the pawn on a5, your knight on c5 is hanging. If you give e5 check, I will play king
d4.
No,
Oh.
I will have to take on e5 actually.
Oh no, but this is not easy.
Wow.
But why not king d5?
ba5 and let me just king d5.
No, king f5 maybe.
King f5, and somehow this position is winning.
Free pawns, because free pawns for the knight, right?
Wow.
But Raja, because king d5 looks so tempting. I mean, why not this?
Because then the e pawn is passed, so e4 maybe now.
Okay, this is the key. Oh no, actually no, because maybe if e4 we play knight c6, right? I mean, let's see. If e4, knight c6, and then knight d4,
and you're defending my pawn.
Yes.
No, this was actually very hard to calculate.
No, this is, I mean.
And actually, in the live position after king g7,
Kollars is thinking, right?
And he knows there is something. He smells
thinking,
it. Yeah.
Right. But honestly, king e5, yes, knight a5, you should calculate all these tricks. But king e5 is also looks quite.
King e5 looks very
because
logical.
King e5 also like this, you know, king b6, king can penetrate. But okay, knight a5, very nice move, and if e5, because here you want to play king d5, right?
King d5 was my first idea.
Yes.
But king e5, ba5, and that is just winning. This
pawn and game should be won, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so if this, we take king takes c5, and this should be won. This should be won, this end game. Okay, so
f4, people are saying f4.
When after king d5,
yes.
f4. Okay, let's check this move.
Yeah, great move, Aditya.
Great move, yes.
And Atharva also finds it exactly, because now the f pawn is running. The king cannot really, you know, if you take gf, ef, and king d4, you're actually losing after ba5,
right?
Because the f pawn is promoting. So king g7, white is winning, but not so easy.
Yes, no, not that easy, because here actually we have two moves, king e5 or knight a5. He should decide which one to play. Yes.
And Aram is completely winning, right? After
and
bishop
Aram
b6.
is, let's see, bishop b6, and yes, Nodirbek, of course, he will take his time.
Yes.
Because this is. So what it means that which move was really queen h1?
Queen h1 was just completely wrong actually, because he took the queen away from, like, you know, it just takes too much time to take this pawn on c6, and I told you that pawn is poisoned.
Yes, you told me.
And Yakubboev took it, but I think he's going to pay a very heavy price for it, because now the bishop is coming. And yeah, Sheetal also says queen h1 was a big mistake. Right. So for sure.
For sure. For sure.
If Sheetal says it was a big mistake, then it was a very big mistake. Yeah.
He's very strong, right?
No, I don't know who that is, but
okay.
I trust them.
Okay, I think. Kollars played
king
e5.
King
e5.
Okay.
Human move.
Human, yeah.
Human move, yes. Human move. Because he wants king d6, right?
Yeah, he wants king d6, and now king f7 is logical.
King f7 is logical. Now, okay, let's king d6.
I think knight d4.
First knight d4. But okay.
Oh my god. Look at this. Knight d4, king e7. You would like to play a3 b4, right? a3 b4 looks very logical, right?
But look, when a3 b4, then this check will
No, but a3 knight d3 is mate. a3 knight d3 is checkmate in this position, actually.
Right.
So you cannot play knight d4 in this position actually.
Yes. Oh, okay. We wanted king d6, so king e7 is not possible, right?
Yeah.
Let's check. Let's check if it's good or not. It's good. Yes.
Yeah, king d6 is very good.
Because actually king c7 we want, right?
Yes.
Yes, I think king e5, king f7.
Not played yet, but it will happen for sure.
It will happen. It will happen. Yes, king f7,
d6,
and we are thinking
king f6
king d6.
Will also happen.
f6.
King c7. I'm not sure now.
Why?
But
because
okay,
of
let's
e5.
Say, yeah, let's see king c7, e5. This is move by move.
Okay, but if e4, knight d4 we have, right? Let's be brave.
Yeah, knight e6 now.
Okay. Okay.
It's tricky.
It's tricky. It's tricky. Okay, so you
My pawn is rolling.
Because f4 is
f4,
also, right?
e4, both pawns. I mean,
right.
I think now you have king a5, e4, knight b4, but you have to see this.
Which move?
Now you have king a5, and if e4, then you can go knight b4. That's a very strong idea in this position.
And if e3, knight is back,
exactly.
right?
No, knight d5 check.
Even knight d5, right.
So
but just I have a question. If king
yeah.
a5, if f4, what here?
I take.
Yes, it takes f4.
And still I do the same thing. Knight b4, knight d3.
And if f3, you just
knight
play
d3. And I have 3
3
pawns, yeah? So one of them will queen.
Yes.
I don't know which one, but one of them.
The most important why knight, stops this pawn. Okay, so here what is this? King e5, and black is still thinking. Black is still thinking.
Yeah.
And here, of course.
Yeah, well, actually, we have a question in this game, and they are asking what happens if queen a8 check.
Okay,
let's say king h7.
Yes, let's check king h7.
And now what's the progress? Yeah, because.
Yes, this bishop g1 and h3, right? This is tied. Black wants to check and then just check.
Check. And so another suggestion is what if rook c1 actually? That's a very good question.
Very good question, by
because
the way.
You're stopping bishop to g1. And Lilith, how does black win now?
Maybe this b3 square now we can.
Exactly.
We
have to utilize the b3 square. Actually, I think the best move in this position is
b3?
not queen b3 because after that queen e8 check looks scary.
F7 is not hanging. Don't forget.
Then king h7. Yeah.
Yes, F7.
And if you take my rook, queen h3 is checkmate.
Checkmate, actually.
Yeah, checkmate.
Yes. Very nice checkmate. Yes.
Okay, so bishop b6, and I think Yakubboev knows, he realizes that he's completely lost.
He's in a big trouble, actually.
Actually, it would be very nice if Hakobian joins us after the game. Because this was a very interesting game.
Very interesting. Crazy one, actually. Yes.
And finally, it seems like he's going to come out on top.
But one moment, Aram actually didn't play well, let's say, like
but
this,
the thing is, this engine says this, but practically maybe he played very well.
No, but we could feel also when he allowed f4, right? This
f4
was,
this looks a bit.
I mean, this f4 because it.
But on the other hand, the king became completely exposed as well, yeah? Like, the king basically had no shelter now.
Yes, I agree with you. But now, okay, so let's see where actually after king g8, okay, rook c3 was the bad.
Yeah, rook c3 was bad.
According to evaluation bar. But rook c3 also looks very
I think
logical.
a4 could be interesting here.
Yes. a4 actually we suggested, right? a4 to attack the rook.
Yeah, a4 to attack the rook and just push. So this was actually where he went. And he played a move after bishop b6.
Okay, which
rook
move?
g2. Actually, I think someone even recommended this.
Yes. Actually, and you said h3 actually.
Yeah, rook
after
g2.
Yes, you suggested
h3. Yeah, and it's lights out.
Oh,
I think we might have a result soon, guys, and hopefully we have Hakobian joining us.
Joining us, right?
Yeah, he has 30 minutes. He should, he should not make the same mistake with Xu Xinagyu did to play something quickly and let go of your advantage.
I agree. He should take his time.
Yeah.
Like calculate everything, right? And only after that, yes.
And Kollars came,
yes.
king e5,
king e5 and
still
black
thinking.
is still thinking.
Yeah.
Black is still thinking.
But do you think that after h3 he will just resign?
No.
Like rook g2, h3? Like,
no, he will try.
But what will he play? I don't see any move. You're getting.
Let's see. So h3, the rook is hanging.
If the rook goes this file, this check comes.
Yes.
If the rook moves here, then this check comes. If you don't move the rook, this comes.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. So, okay, for example, anyway, rook, this move, right? Rook somewhere.
But it's rook e2. Okay, let's.
Rook e2.
Bishop g1 check.
Bishop g1. Yes, this, right?
King
And
g3.
And you play h2 or?
I don't know. I actually don't know if I'm
because
going to
if
play
h2, rook takes h2, right? Or h2 still, I mean, this still there is not this move. h1 white is covering. We want to bring the queen, right? When the queen is coming, it would be over.
g5 is interesting.
Oh, you want to bring the queen like that?
Okay. And then to go queen g6 also looks winning.
Looks winning, right?
But there seems to be something.
h2, maybe
Rook
this
h2,
is simple.
Bishop h2, king h2.
Queen a2 check.
Yeah, queen a2 check. And if queen g2, there is rook b2.
Rook b2, yeah. Yes.
So rook g2, h3. Yeah, h2.
h2 maybe is the simplest, right?
Simplest. Yes. And I think, yeah, rook g2, h3, we might just see resignation by Yakubboev.
Might be.
Yeah. Okay, Aditya, thanks a lot for joining in and hope you have a good day as well. Yeah, h3, I think but it's smart, he's drinking water, taking his time, just he knows he's winning, just enjoy the position.
Professional attitude, right? Professional attitude. Okay, so what is, yes, so we are waiting here also, right? Because actually Gledura is also, of course, he understands that he's in trouble.
Yes.
He's in big trouble. Okay, so we are waiting for moves from Hakobian and from Gledura.
Yes.
Actually.
Hakobian and Gledura, Hakobian and Kollars actually are going to be the two players who are most likely going to join Arvind on the leaderboard with 2 out of 3. And
so we will have 3 decisive
results.
Yes,
and
decisive.
The closer we get to the last few rounds, we are going to see players taking more risks. They're going to play more aggressive openings because everyone wants to win the tournament.
Right.
No one came to this tournament thinking that, oh, it's a great experience, I'm going to enjoy, have vacation. No. Everyone wants to win.
Yes, it's true because here we have actually young and ambitious players, right? They want to fight, they want to win, yes.
Yeah. And I'm still thinking there.
Yes.
It's so tempting to just play the move h3 and press the clock. But
you would do that, right?
Yeah, I would go h3. I would just let's go. But of course, it's more. Yeah, he goes for it. Yeah,
okay.
As soon as
he's
like, okay, I'm going to play h3 also. He does it. Completely winning.
And you are expecting here,
yeah, I think it's possible he just resigns. Because if the rook goes here, queen a2
I think he will play still. Rook b2, bishop g1. These moves I think we still will see. This, and after maybe h2 he will
resign. Yeah, maybe some. Yeah, but basically
still some
moves. But yeah, the result is clear. Yeah.
Yes. The result is clear. Yes, and actually Gledura is also still
tough game for Gledura actually. Yes. For Gledura and Yakubboev.
But actually, let's discuss that endgame also, Raja, because at some point actually he had normal position according to evaluation bar.
Yes, here actually.
So after king d4, right?
In this position actually, after white play the move
king d4, right?
d4. No. Yeah, here.
Even before, I think
1 second.
a5 according to engine, a5 was a bad move. Engine
here actually, even on the 39th move, just a few moves back, he could just play rook c5 and he was completely okay.
Yes, but before that also Kollars could have played knight d4 and get big advantage.
Got better. So actually, this game we saw a lot of inaccuracies by both players, but of course they had a few minutes left, and with so much pressure, it's easy to sit here and say that they made inaccuracies. During the game, it's completely different story.
Yes.
And chess will not be fun if there are no inaccuracies.
Of course.
Because then it will just be a drop. Because we have this pressure, some mistakes, like a roller coaster game. It's more enjoyable.
Yes. And actually that makes chess so exciting, right?
Actually, one question we have by Sachin, who's a very good friend of mine. He's a very big supporter of chess actually. And he asks if instead of queen h1,
yes, after bishop d8,
bishop
right?
d8,
yes, this is the position.
White had to stop rook b1 and bishop b6.
Yes.
So could white go bishop b4? Yeah, wow. So Sachin is in good form. He also, I think, suggested this move rook d5 when the pawn was on
yes,
e4.
I remember.
And now bishop b4.
Bishop b4.
Sachin, I think it's time for you to play some games on chess.com and get your rating up, yeah?
Today, right? When he's in a good shape. Yes, bishop b4 actually. It's a good move.
The point
just to
being
stop prophylactic thinking,
that we want to stop black from going rook b1, but it's still a bit unpleasant for white. I think maybe because bishop b6 could be played to still put pressure on c5. Somehow with the king on h2, I would always choose black. Yeah.
Because you are attacking player, right? Yeah. That's why.
This looks very weak, but in the game after rook g2 h3 was just played, and you see Yakubboev not happy with his position.
And you are expecting resignation actually.
Yeah, I think it's possible he just resigns.
Oh, actually, Gledura made a move.
Oh, he made a move?
Yes, let's check.
King g6.
King g6. Okay.
We were definitely not expecting the king to go there.
No.
But you know what he's saying?
D8?
Knight d8. It's
good
possible.
Move, but not the best according to evaluation bar. But I wanted just to take this pawn because there is not king f7 move.
Yeah.
This was my idea. But okay. So what else? So candidate moves, right?
So I am thinking somehow I want to
king d6. So king d6 for sure is the one.
Wait, knight e7, no?
Knight e7.
Yeah.
Okay. King g5.
And knight c8.
Okay. Oh, sorry. So you want to play knight c8? Okay. Can black get some counterplay? Like king g4, king h3? I don't know.
I mean, if you look at the position,
let's check.
You have to agree that this looks completely good for white, right?
Right.
But the engine says it's equal. Maybe h4 is the move.
I mean, king g4, h4.
I think h4.
Oh, no. But if king g4, let's try. Yes, king
knight
g4,
b6.
knight b6. King h3, no?
Yeah, king h3 you have to try, I guess. But okay, this is
crazy.
This is crazy
but,
because
actually black got some activity.
After king d6, it's possible that black just takes something like this. It's also interesting. And king g3 and who knows what's happening.
Actually, this endgame is might be very, very exciting. So king g7.
King g6? Okay, let's try to think.
But I'm suggesting knight d4, I don't know.
King f7?
And then our idea, king d6.
So we just transpose actually.
No, because our knight is on d4 now. Maybe it's better even because now knight can come here quickly, and just king can come here and take the pawn.
Yeah. Oh, after h3, by the way, he played rook d2.
Okay. Yes.
So we are going to see this variation after bishop g1 and
h2. Yes. This will happen, but Aram, I think, will take his time.
Yeah. But if you think about it, it's very forcing, right? Like bishop g1 for sure. How to find the winning move in this position for continuation. Okay, check, first move for sure.
Right.
Bishop g1, check.
Right.
King g3. Okay, two options for white. One is king h1. But of course, I will stop because I see that I have bishop e3. I'm completely winning.
Right.
So then I will say that, okay, only move king g3. I will push h2.
Right.
You have to take. If you don't take, then I'm probably just going to queen.
Not yet.
But I have bishop f2.
Okay.
So I'm threatening h1 queen. You have to take
But then queen a2 is
You take again in this position checks. You think about checks, and yes, of course, queen a2 check.
And very important that c2 square
is controlled. And this is how you can find the winning continuation, guys. Rook d2, bishop g1 check is the way to go.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually, yes, Kollars is also thinking, because not that easy. Not that this knight end games also, right? They are tricky. They are tricky. For us, it's very easy because we see evaluation bar.
h4.
But then knight e4, no?
I don't know. Somehow I felt h, but maybe I'm wrong here.
Knight e4.
Knight e4.
Yeah. Oh no! I wanted.
No, these knight end games are like
very tricky,
unbelievably.
No, but I would have played knight d4.
Knight d4, you would have.
I think this is safe. You know, we want to win the pawn on e6 with
yeah.
king f7, king d6,
and
king is coming here,
yeah.
knight is here to stop these pawns.
But what's the best move? We still haven't found it yet.
Right.
And now we've almost thought about every single move.
And how about king d6 now? Let's check this move also.
King d6.
Also not the best. Also not the best. So, okay, we are thinking, okay, king this, logical moves, right? Knight d8, attacking this, knight d4, king d6, what else? h4 was not good, by the way.
h4 was not good as well.
Right. So,
and if I go knight, yeah. It cannot be h3, right? That's too much.
No, it's too much.
No, I'm just thinking because what to do. Yeah, I mean, we thought about all the moves.
All the moves, but we couldn't find the best.
By the way, this is happening here. King, bishop.
Here, right?
Yeah, bishop g1 check, king g3. And Aram is about to push the pawn to h2. And let's see as Aram makes this move on the board h2. Yeah,
he's thinking.
He's thinking, but you know, with his.
We hope that Aram will join us.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
After the game, because he played actually very exciting game.
Very nice
game. Yes, and of course we are curious about his thoughts during the game.
But you know, all of this body language, it's very like now that I've started commentating, I've seen this. You know, like whenever an opponent is losing, it's very typical that he starts thinking about where he went wrong.
Yes, you
especially
are right.
Strong players, you know, like
yes.
Yakubboev is not thinking about the current position. Trust me, he's thinking about what I could have done better.
Yes,
and this
I agree.
I've seen this before, and top players are very curious and inquisitive about where they could have done better, and you know, I'm sure Yakubboev is going to come back stronger.
And they would analyze, right, to find out. Yes.
So you know, in Hindi, Aram means slowly.
Okay.
So like Aram means actually rest, and Aram se means, so it's like one comment like Aram is winning slowly.
Yes.
Oh, what happened by the way?
Actually, Aram is a quite
H2?
Popular name, you know.
In
Armenia. Yes,
okay.
Armenian.
H2 and he played queen a8 check.
Okay.
I guess I would go to h7.
Yes, but now actually h1
is not
possible. Yes, this is his idea. Yes, actually this happened. Yes, king h7.
Oh my god, I saw a very funny variation. Let's say, just to show, a4, bishop h3, queen f3, and I will make a knight now.
Yes, and then
you will take with the queen and queen g4 mate.
Very nice. Very nice. Yes.
Cute variation.
Okay, so this is our actual position, right? King h7.
Yeah. Actually, this bishop h3, queen g4 idea is going to be very relevant.
Right. But Raja, we have a move here.
Knight d8.
Knight d8. Okay. I mean, knight d8 was logical because there is not king f7. This was my first.
Wait. Why did we say knight d8 or?
Yes.
Yeah.
So. Yes.
What does black do now? Because you're just losing a pawn, yeah?
All right. And there is not king f7 actually.
Yeah. So what does black want actually?
And if king g5, this pawn ending is completely lost, right? Let's show to our viewers, right? Yeah. This and then just white will create passed pawn. Right, a3, b4, very easy. C5.
Very easy.
Very easy.
Actually,
Okay.
yeah, 95, 98,
98.
and I don't know what black is going to do now.
Yes, just 98. Okay.
Okay, I think he has to try knight d3
yes,
check,
knight d3 check.
king e6,
Knight
knight
c1.
c1.
Yes.
He has to try this for
Yes.
better or worse.
All right. Now what do
Now
we
knight c6 is interesting. And after knight takes a2, we have this interesting idea of going pawn to h4.
Oh, positional stuff.
This time positional. I changed my attitude.
Yes.
Knight c1, knight d4.
Knight d4, right?
I want to change my attitude now.
Yes. Okay. Yes, but I think this will happen. This will happen.
This variation is
And can I play king d5 also? Not actually. Maybe your idea was really.
Yeah, my idea was maybe important.
Very important. Okay, this right, and now you want to come here back and take this pawn also.
Yeah.
Actually. Okay, so that's why here so you played knight.
What did he play? He played he played a move actually, Yakubboev. What did he play? Bishop b4 he played. And now my idea is coming. Bishop h3, queen f3 and knight. Do you think it will happen?
Bishop h3 I think will happen.
Oh my god. Bishop
Yes,
h3,
bishop
queen f3
h3,
and knight.
Queen f3.
Knight.
But maybe Aram will just queen.
No, knight for sure he will play.
to be creative.
Yeah, I think knight, you have to play knight.
Oh. But if knight king h4?
Yeah, then I will show you.
Okay.
So knight.
Show. Okay.
King
h4.
King h4 you will play.
Yes.
And now I will play in this position.
Yes. We see mate in 9. Right?
Yeah, I think you maybe rook f1. But okay, you are right maybe that. Oh no!
Oh!
What the hell?
Because h3 is
H3
hanging.
hanging.
Yes, h3 is hanging.
So maybe queen is simple, yeah?
Queen is no.
Let's just make a queen, yeah?
Let's not risk.
But why? We have to find a win for black here.
Okay.
Okay, g5 check. Looks no g5.
A knight f2. What if he plays something like or bishop f2? I don't know. Bishop f2 check. What is this? We are winning at least. Yeah.
But okay, how is it a mate?
Mate.
Not so easy actually.
Not so easy, no. Not so easy.
But imagine in this position if you play bishop f1. No, I mean, not. But what is this? Yeah, like.
But then, yeah.
Yeah, no, of course. But like, what a crazy.
Right.
Yeah, I think queen will have. Yeah, of course. Yeah, jokes apart, of course. Queen and.
Better not to risk.
Better safe than sorry.
Yes, if not h4 square.
Yeah,
yes,
then
knight
for
would
sure.
be for sure, right? Yes. Okay, this is our stuff, and okay, here let's check what happened here. King, so knight d3 check.
Yeah, it's happening. What?
King d4.
No way.
Knight
okay,
c5.
e5 back.
But okay, so why not knight c1?
He had to go knight c1, but it's also tough because your knight on it feels like the knight on a2 is trapped, you know. Or like kind of out of the game.
But okay.
So logically, it kind of makes sense that he wanted to keep his knight centralized.
And to defend the pawn, right?
So I'm not so surprised actually that this is happening.
Actually, that's why. Raja, maybe we should go king e5 still, and if knight d3, go for this your variation. I mean king e6 and knight c6.
He should see this. He should see this variation. Not so easy,
no,
yeah.
Not so
because
easy.
This h4 move was very tough. Knight c6 here, knight c1, knight c6, knight a2, and this h4 move is quite tough actually.
Right.
To just fix the king on g6 and now threaten knight d4. Not so easy.
I agree with you.
Oh, by the way, they repeated it once. Let's see if he takes now. He has to take. Oh, bishop h3 played by Aram.
Yes, let's check bishop h3.
And yeah. And I think they think now he will resign.
He will resign.
Bishop h3.
Maybe queen f3 also he will play. And after h1 queen he will resign.
Yeah, maybe like this.
Yes, because this is how to stop this, right?
Because queen f3 there's also rook f1 actually, which is even super simple. Like is taking away
Right.
the queen of the
Right.
defender.
Okay.
Okay,
We are waiting for Aram
Yeah,
here,
we'll
right?
actually just see the handshake, because bishop h3 played, and it's possible that in 2 minutes we see a handshake in this game.
Right.
And Manish Sharma becomes the backer of Indian chess. Thanks a lot, Manish Sharma. Bishop h3.
Oh, he took.
He took. Oh, resignation happened, by the way. Aram has won his game with the black pieces.
By the way, very, very nice game.
Yeah.
Very tense.
Very tense
nice,
fight.
very tense.
And of course,
Good game from Aram.
Yeah, good game. Yakubboev not so happy there, but still he's showing good sportsmanship, putting back all the pieces.
Right.
And it's not easy,
He's very polite.
Very polite, very nice guy. And he's the same age as me, actually. So we have played in a lot of age group tournaments. He was always one of the most talented players. And this time Aram came out on top, but I'm sure that we are going to see a lot of exciting chess from Yakubboev.
For sure. Okay, now we have only this game left, right?
Knight
C1. Now, right?
And he has to find this idea with knight c6 and
easy.
h4.
Yes, which is not that easy. But I'm very curious. So, if knight c6 this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Knight e7 check.
If I don't play h4.
Yeah, can you try knight e7 check?
Okay.
Or knight e5
but
check.
I want
No,
to
knight
play
e5
knight
check.
d4, honestly, because then b3 is... Oh, and then king g5.
Yeah, no, actually knight e5 check is logical, no?
No.
Because if king g5 h4, no, it's logical. I don't know if it's good, but...
But then because
actually,
after knight e5, let's check, because then knight
c1 is the problem.
Allowing knight c1.
Yeah. Actually, even in this position, knight e7 check is very logical. Because if king g5, knight f5, and you want to come back knight d4.
But okay, let's check. Yes, I agree with you. If knight c1,
knight d4,
knight d4, now maybe just king g4.
Yeah, king g4, and maybe this endgame is a draw. So actually, Lilith, it's very important to find this idea with knight c6 h4, which somehow it was intuitive for me. So I think Kollars should also be able to find it.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
knight c6 has been played.
Let's go to that board.
Yes, what a crazy position. I mean, okay. This, yes, Aram has won. We have it already.
Aram has won, guys. So 2 players on 2 out of 3. Arvind, who played a beautiful game today, and Hakobian, who also had a very exciting game. And this is the 3rd game where Kollars is also completely winning.
Yes, but he should find h4. Actually,
I think he will find it.
Let's see. Actually, Raja, you remember yesterday h4 move was like critical also.
Yes.
Chinese didn't play.
He did not play it.
But if also
and
he
today
will not,
Kollars has to play it. Oh wow.
If he will not play, it will be.
Oh, actually, I will just update their camera here.
Yes.
What was the last move? Knight c6, right?
Yes, knight c6.
And
knight
now,
a2 will happen, of course.
And now we are waiting for Benjamin.
Okay, but I have a question for you, Raja. If first king g5, so there is not h4.
That's a very good question.
Yes.
That's actually
because
a very
if
good
knight
question.
d4, it's knight a2 and draw, right?
And now I think I might have to play knight takes a5.
Oh. Wait, this is...
I think I have to take knight takes a5 now.
Very nice move, by the way. Very nice move. And if takes, just
c5,
right?
Yeah, and then push.
Push. Oi. Okay, let's see. But maybe king g5, he will... Okay, this is actually very interesting.
I mean, if he's thinking, then he's probably considering to play king g5.
King g5 or knight a2, right?
Yeah. By the way, this is the last game actually of today.
Yes.
And we might have 3 results.
Right. So we have already 2, right? Decisive games. And now we are
I think for sure we will have a... What do you think? I predict white to win.
Oh, honestly, I'm not that sure, because h4 actually is not that easy. It's not that easy.
But I mean, if Benjamin is thinking in this position, it's clear that he sees h4. Otherwise, why will he think?
Yes, otherwise.
So if he sees h4,
honestly, king g5, yes, it's like could black can play.
Yeah, right? Black can play for sure. And now knight a5, I think, is also kind of logical.
Logical. But what else can we play? I mean, in this position, if not knight a5, right?
If not knight a5,
Mm-hmm. What else?
We can consider c5.
Some
maybe,
c5.
but I don't know.
But honestly, I don't
I like
trust
knight.
it.
I think knight a5 is the
I
easiest.
don't trust it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, also knight e5, knight a2, knight d7.
But
not
knight
d7.
c1.
And
Your move h4 maybe.
yeah, h4 check. Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah,
still h4. And
and
f5
knight
is...
d3 back. A very important move to stop knight c1.
Ah, true.
And if king g6, then
Knight
we
f4 or what?
make a waiting move, and we go knight f4 check.
Okay. Okay, yes.
So this is actually
It means that
very
king f5, knight c1, right?
yeah, king f5 is a big mistake.
It's a big blunder, actually, right? So knight d3, another important move.
Yeah.
Yes. So white should be actually very precise until the end.
Very precise, for sure. But it's not so difficult.
No, it's not that difficult. And also Kollars has time.
Kollars also has time.
Yes,
yeah.
he's not
So
in
knight c6,
he's not in time trouble.
and Benjamin maybe realizes that he's lost. You know, he's not. He looks a bit unhappy there with his position. And Samir Singh also becomes the backer of Indian chess.
Mm-hmm.
Knight c6.
We are waiting.
We are waiting.
We are waiting either for king g5 or
knight a2. Oh, he played knight a2. He played knight a2.
He played knight a2. And now h4, the only winning move, right?
Only winning move.
Only winning move. Because otherwise black gets...
1 second, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, otherwise
black gets counterplay
with king g5, king g4.
And h4.
Exactly. So
yes.
h4 is the only, perhaps the winning move in this position.
Right, this is amazing, by the way. Very nice exercise for our
yeah,
students, right?
Actually,
Yeah,
h4.
Very nice exercise for our students. Mm-hmm.
And it's not so easy, to be honest.
Right, because there are other moves
options.
also.
Knight e7 check.
Knight e7,
knight
knight
check.
d4 also.
Knight e5 is so tempting. Oh my god.
Honestly, my first thought was knight d4 here.
Knight d4 also very tempting.
Defending, b3, attacking
but,
f5.
I mean, for sure, the most tempting is to take the pawn with a check, no?
No, because then knight c1.
But still knight d4.
Yes, but then king g4, it's counterplay, you know.
Yeah, but knight d4 is the same, yeah? King g5.
King g5
same
story. Right.
And here we see actually that...
what do we have here?
we see here that
Kollars
is thinking.
He's thinking. He's taking his time, of
because
course.
he has to find h4 here, guys.
Right.
h4 is very
your
important.
Prediction?
Actually,
he will find or not?
Actually, I think he will find it.
He will find it.
I think he will find it.
In time trouble, maybe he would not, right? But he has time.
Yeah. And is our video working?
Maybe not that.
Okay, now it's working.
It's
yeah.
working. Okay.
Do you think he will play h4, or you think?
I think he will.
You think he will play?
Yes, I
wow.
think he will play. And you also predict that.
Actually, before we reached this position, I thought he will play it for sure. But now that I see so many tempting options for white, I am actually in two minds now.
Okay, let's wait.
But if he plays h4, then we have to say that he fully deserves this point, because this was not an easy sequence of winning moves to find.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yes. By the way, it's. I wonder, our viewers noticed our
yes, guys.
Our nice t-shirts.
Today we are wearing this Stepan Avagyan like t-shirts. Both of us, me and Lilith, are wearing this. We can see Chess Academy of Armenia, and those are the people who are organizing this amazing event here in Jarmuk, and they even gave us this very nice shirt. So very nice actually of them to do this.
Jarmuk Ashkar Health Center also, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, we are staying, right? We are staying in Jarmuk Ashkar
hotel.
Center.
Yes.
It's actually, yes, there are spa. I mean,
it's
they have
a
very
lot
nice,
of spas and
nice
massages and mineral water. So I think if people want
Did
to
you have time
detox, Yeah, actually, the first day
To
I got
enjoy?
some nice massage here. It was very
really?
nice. Yes.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
And now less than 10 minutes for Kollars.
Mhm.
And let's see if we can find this important move, pawn to h4.
Pawn to h4, yes. This is actually yesterday.
It's possible that
Raja actually Kollars yesterday drew the game with black playing h4, and today maybe he will win by playing h4.
Or maybe he will not find it and
Yes.
still draw. Yeah.
It's all about h4 in this game also, right? I mean, like yesterday, it was all about h4.
So I think if you want to win, you have to play h4. Yeah.
Right. Okay,
but look, he's still taking a lot of time. So
because it's not that easy.
Yeah.
It's not that easy.
And let's say, for example, you start calculating this line, knight e7, knight e5, then you get lost. They're like, check. Then you think many options. It's very tough to come back in the first position and consider other options.
And we shouldn't forget that the players already they are tired. Already they are playing more than, soon will be 5 hours.
Yes, guys, this is almost the 5th hour in the tournament right now, and look at the intensity with which both players are calculating their you can't even see their faces, they're just completely engrossed, and he's about to play it. Wow.
Bravo, Kollars.
Guys,
bravo.
h4 was
H4
found. What a
move. Has been played. H4, very actually classical game.
Classy game.
A classical move, right?
Yeah.
Classical move, right?
Classical game, and we are getting too excited here, so our producer told us we need to be quiet.
Right. Right. H4.
Yeah, I think this is over.
This is over because then knight on d4 just protects everything, right? This is the key. This is the key idea. If knight c1, right? So knight d4, and this knight actually protects b3, and very important also e2 square.
And the thing is, it's zugzwang, because once you move the knight, then I can collect the pawn on f5, and you don't have any moves to wait. So if you wait, I think now. Can I take now?
Okay, actually,
no, actually I still cannot take.
Black played something. I think knight c1, right?
Yeah, knight c1 happened, and knight d4 was also played.
Okay.
And now he's thinking, actually I have a question for you. What if knight d3?
What if knight d3? Okay, let's
Why is this winning? I still have some questions to ask.
But can't white come just with the king to take this pawn?
Maybe what now king d5. No, it's
actually yes.
It's winning.
It's winning. Yes.
But it's tricky. Let's say f4, gf, or do I have knight f2 maybe? And you're just too quick with your c.
No, but also knight d4, we will have knight d2, no?
You are just very safe, yeah?
Alright. Or king
just
d6,
takes,
maybe
I think
just,
king
yes,
d6
this is just, yes, c pawn is just too fast.
So knight d4, and now white's next idea is to go here.
Yes, because knight is very
knight
strong.
d3,
sorry.
King d5.
Yes.
What defense does black have? Here. Knight b4 check, you go king d6.
Alright. But by the way, why king d5? Why not king d6?
Why not king d6? Yeah, that's a good question actually. Why just king d6, and now you're threatening to go king d6?
Yes.
Actually, this looks...
the same. Either king c6, king c7.
I think that's the key idea, Lilith, that you found, that the king will now go to collect the b6 pawn, because this knight protects this pawn. Also, if f4 knight is covering this.
Yes. Actually, just vote a knight, right? Vote a knight, by the way.
Yeah. Yes.
Very interesting. Okay, knight d4 has been played, and Gledura is thinking.
Gledura is thinking.
Gledura is thinking. Okay.
But what move does he have? Only move, no?
Yes. Actually, yes. Because king doesn't have move.
Yeah.
Right? Only knight d3. Yes. This has this he will play.
Is he maybe he's considering knight a2, but that makes no sense. Yeah. After knight d4 to go to a2. Yeah, that's
the
very
same
strange.
idea.
Yeah. And now
knight
I can
f5
just take the pawn and come back.
Right.
So knight d4.
No, knight d3 will be played. Knight d3 will be played. This move will be played. And either king d6 or king d5, right?
I think, yeah, both of them
Both
are
of
winning.
them are winning. Mhm.
Yeah. King D7 maybe is also win. No, it's
No,
a draw.
because knight c5 maybe, you know, no? Knight c5 or not? No. No, no, no.
Why is
So,
King D7? Actually, it's
maybe
a
a4? A4.
A4, yeah.
With a
BA4,
knight
knight
c4.
B2.
Knight c5 check.
Knight C5,
Knight
even
c5,
better. Yeah.
knight takes c4.
No, no,
Oh,
actually.
also not.
Knight E.
What is this?
And then we stop the king
Knight
from going to
d5.
C6.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So knight D4, it's important after knight D3 to go to D6 or D5 so that there is no knight E5.
E5 check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now we understand the position completely.
Right, we think that we understand.
Fine. But if we play this, then
Yes. Of course, this evaluation bar is helping us a lot.
Yeah.
We don't have engine, but we have evaluation bar.
And you see, just having this small piece of information can make us so much stronger.
Of course.
And that's why it's very important that, to understand that the players who are playing have no such information, and then it becomes very tough.
Of course, it's very tough.
It's possible that black thinks this position is a draw because the material is equal. Who knows? It's possible.
Knows?
Yeah.
Yes, who knows?
He
You
played
are
knight
right.
D3.
Knight D3. Knight D3 has been played, and we are, of course, Kollars will take his time because, of course, he understands he has big advantage.
But he
not
doesn't
to
have an
spoil
option.
anything.
No? I think King D6 he will play quickly because he doesn't have a big choice actually.
All right.
He cannot move the knight because this
knight
check.
C5 check. Yes.
He cannot move the pawns, any of the pawns. So he has to move the king. King cannot go here. This is stupid. This is also stupid. So King D6, method of elimination. Yeah.
All right. Or King D5.
Or King D5. Yeah.
All right. Or King D5. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. King D6 or King D5?
I think King D6 makes more sense. Because we just stop this knight before check and we can go kicks.
Right.
Yeah. But I think it's the same. Yeah, he plays it. King D6 played.
Yes. King D6 has been played.
Yeah. And black's position has
But
crumbled.
it's interesting that Kollars is
left-handed.
Left hand, right? Did you notice this?
Actually, I did not notice this.
I just noticed, you know. Yes. King D6. Yes, the idea is simple, right? White wants just to grab.
White wants to go there and just take that pawn on.
Okay, let's. Of course, Gledura understands, right? He's in a big trouble. Of course.
Maybe he will try F4. What do you think?
Let's see. Okay, F4.
G4?
G takes. Yes.
Knight takes.
Knight takes.
King C6.
And King C6, right?
And if Knight G2, you can probably take, which is very strong. I think taking is the best move in this position.
Right.
But you also have the luxury of playing Knight F3.
Oh!
No, you don't have the luxury of playing Knight F3.
Let's understand why. This is so interesting. King F5 maybe.
Yeah, and if King B6.
Or let's move. King G4 or what?
King F4, I think.
F4. Right. But I'm curious. I'm really curious whether King F4, King G4 also is winning. Is drawing. No.
Yeah.
King F4 only. Yes. Okay. King F4.
And somehow this is a draw. But of course, in this position, you can just take, and the pawn is just too quick.
Yes. And actually, knight. This is also interesting. Knight can't.
Cannot go.
Yes, knight can't come.
So after King F6, King F6 played. King D6, King F6 played.
Okay. Actually, very interesting. What do we play
King
now?
C6.
But now
King E5 you want.
Yes.
Okay. So now I understood what you want.
By the way, very interesting. What do we play now? You wanted King C6, King E5.
Yeah. Which is probably also winning.
All right.
No, not Knight F3. Knight
E2 maybe.
Because and this
There is not knight c1 now, right?
Yeah.
But okay, if knight c5, let's...
King b6.
What is this?
Or knight, yeah, king b6.
Okay, you want to take knight
Knight
b3,
b3
and you want
and
c5?
c5, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This could be an idea. Yo, not so funny. What is up, Harshit bhai? Kya chal raha hai? Pragg and Arvind, what are they doing? They're asking. Pragg has drawn all of his games. Arvind has won one game and drawn the other two games.
We just take, right? King e4, something like this, but it's not working.
You have knight f4, knight h5.
Knight f4, knight h5, right?
Yeah, that's the easiest way to win.
Yes, we are thinking knight f4 and here just knight h5.
Yeah.
Yes, this is easiest way. Okay, so king after f6? King f6, we are thinking
what's the best move?
But king c6, I think he'll play. So king c6, king e5, knight e2, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he'll try to find some better move.
Okay, which move then? Let's discuss. If not king c6, what else can be done? Because if we move the knight c5 then is coming, and b3 is hanging, right? So for example, if knight e2, just knight c5
is a big problem. Yeah.
It's a big problem because
knight
this is
e4
saying
is
that knight
coming.
e4 is also. Okay, so it means with knight, okay, we can't move with our knight. And king d5, there is no sense because knight b4 check.
Yeah, and it's...
although, okay, even not knight b4, there is other...
But king d5 is just where it doesn't make any sense.
Yes. But king c6 is the most...
King c7 or king c... Yeah.
Somehow king c7 is even stronger.
Even better.
According to...
Because we have this knight c6 check.
But do you think it's that strong? Okay, if king e5?
Yeah, knight c6 check.
Okay, king e4.
And I take the pawn.
Okay, king let's go.
King f3, I have knight e7.
You play knight e7?
Yeah.
Okay, and if
this is...
you take...
This is winning, yeah.
Okay, and knight f5, right? You said king g4. You just play maybe knight g7 or knight e3, then c5.
Knight g7 is also easily winning. King h4, c5, and we just take the pawn and
yes,
make a new lady.
What a nice phrase, by the way, make a new lady. Okay, so king c6 or king c7 we are.
Yeah, king c6, king e5 has happened, by the way.
Which king c6, right?
Yes, and king e5.
King c6 was yes, this
logical.
Was logical.
Maybe some small drawing chances now. And Benjamin gets up from the chair.
And we should be maybe quiet.
Yeah. 5 minutes left for Kollars.
King e5, because we are quite close, right, to the playing hall.
Yeah, we are very close actually.
We are quite close, right? And we are, yes, knight e2, right? Yeah, knight e2.
Yeah, just protecting this pawn on g3,
actually,
stopping
the only
f4.
winning move, by the way.
Yeah, but where else? Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to go here.
Right.
Because now knight c5.
Okay, he made a move.
Knight e2 played. He played it.
Okay.
And now, on our channel, both tournaments are live. Norway and Stepan Avagyan.
Yes,
so, very exciting days for the chess fans where they can watch so many exciting games in one day.
Yes. You are right. And how about king e4 move here?
King e4 and knight f... Oh, sorry. King e4, king b6 first.
You take, right? I play king
and
f3.
I think now actually I can play c5.
You don't want
knight... actually, one second. Knight f4 is easy.
Maybe just knight d4, knight f5.
Yeah. Easy. Knight f4. I'm just curious. Is knight f4 winning? Can you play it? Okay, it's complicated. Yeah, knight d5. Yeah, knight d4 is of course very easy.
Knight, like what we discussed.
Yeah,
right?
we saw this actually. Oh, yeah, we saw the same line. And
yes, then knight g7 on this, right? Okay, this we saw. Okay, so this is our position. Knight e2 has been played, and actually Benjamin is not. We don't see him at the board.
We don't see him, but he's back. He's back.
He's back. Okay. And he has 10 minutes actually. Okay, Kollars has only 5 minutes.
A4, is this no, it's not really. What? How can black make it difficult?
Okay, if A4, just
No,
we take,
takes.
right?
Yeah,
and then we
king
take
b6
this.
and too many
And
pawns.
one more pawn. I mean, after knight, so knight b2.
Yeah, and black cannot take both pawns at the same time, which would be nice. But
Yes,
so knight e2.
exactly. Knight e2. Okay, maybe we can already speak a bit
Oh,
louder, right?
He's thinking now.
Because they are, we see
Yeah, they
only
are back.
players.
But anyways, it's delay.
Yes, we have
So-
15 minutes.
So whatever
Yes.
is happening now, we don't know.
We
while the
don't know.
players
We
are.
don't know
Maybe
what
they
is
finished.
Yes.
knows?
Who knows, right? Okay. We don't know anything because we have 15-minute delay.
But I think Benjamin has seen some idea here.
He's thinking. Yes. He's thinking. He took his head, right? So
King e4 is one idea.
we
Knight
discussed that.
f2 doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense,
Knight b4 doesn't make sense.
Yes.
c5 maybe.
We discussed this actually. We have this variation and we have c5 here.
Yeah.
We have c5 and
Yeah, the pawn is going. He
Yeah.
played knight c5. Okay, he played it.
yes, he played it.
So now we expect king b6 to be played.
King b6 and then actually we have this variation, right? When we said knight f4, king f3, and knight h5. This
Easy
was
way to- yeah.
so knight c5. Kollars is thinking. Let's see.
But he has less than 5 minutes. I mean, I don't think it's like very unlikely that he doesn't find this idea. It's possible he gets tempted by something else.
Yes, because it's forced actually.
I mean, what if knight c1? Like, it's possible, like he thinks about something like this,
Let's see.
and
So
then
if-
suddenly it's a draw.
So it's a draw, but why? Honestly, I'm afraid of a4. No, I don't know. King e4 or a4, right?
Yeah, a4, I think.
Yes, a4.
Yeah, and then suddenly it's a draw.
Suddenly it's a draw.
Yeah, and travel with Nikhil Roshan. Hello, dosto. Please hit the like button because yes, thanks a lot for your message. We want more and more people to follow this exciting tournament.
Right. Because the games are actually very
exciting. Yeah.
Very exciting. And we have middle games. We have end games, right? Interesting. So we have everything in our tournament.
Was there any move played? Not
So,
yet.
Kollars
But he has less
is
than
thinking.
4 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, Kollars is thinking. Oh, he
He
took.
played king
took.
b6.
Yes, he took the pawn. He took the pawn, and after knight b3, it's obvious that he
He
will
will
push.
Yeah, knight
Yes.
b3, and he has to push. But why is there some resource for black we are missing?
Okay, we want as white just
Can
to
he go
push.
a4,
Let's check c6.
a3?
And okay, let's
What a
see.
crazy position this would be.
So we have knight c3 or c7, right? Okay, let's play knight c3 then. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
no, it's tricky.
But why? Why? Can you tell me?
I can tell you, knight d2 is one of the moves that comes to my mind.
c7?
And if c7, then check.
And you want knight d6. This is your...
Yeah.
But it's not good. But why? Why to put the king now? King c6?
Knight
Knight
d6.
d6.
And it's still, maybe it's winning, but complicated.
Knight b5 maybe. No, knight b5 is... Oh, I have this. I have idea. Knight b5. Because a2, knight d6 and
queen, and somehow you're winning, yeah?
Yes, but this is nice variation, a2, the queen, and we have at the end
wow.
queen h8,
Queen h8,
right?
beautiful variation.
Yes, very nice
and you win the queen
variation.
back. Okay, so c5 played actually in the live position. And now we don't have the cameras somehow. Let's see if we have anything else where we can see them.
We don't have any.
Yeah, we don't have it. So maybe we can hide it for
So I think a4 anyway. This variation was what you suggested. It's a4,
Yeah, a4 for sure should be tried in my opinion.
Yes, black should try this move.
9 minutes for Benjamin. He has to try a4. What else?
All right. So what we discussed, if a4, all right, we discussed c6.
Yeah.
And if a3, so knight c3 was not good, right?
Knight c3 was a draw.
But why we couldn't find? Why we couldn't find, right? Because you suggested knight d2, it was losing.
Just king somewhere, maybe king e6 or something like that. Yeah, king e6.
Yes, you are right. Because c7, king d7,
Yeah.
there is. There is not king b7.
Yeah.
Even king b7 is losing. Look
Yeah.
what is happening here.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Okay, but it means here c7. We don't have other move, right?
c7 is the only move, maybe, and then.
But I have an idea. Is that such move? No. Because my idea was, I want this, again this idea.
This was a very nice idea, actually.
But knight c1 is not working because of what?
Maybe now knight d2.
c7.
And that same variation where knight
c4.
And knight d6.
Knight d6. And
Yeah.
knight is in time to. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is also not winning.
So c5 but first Benjamin needs to make a move.
Oh, where is our position? So no, a4 he will play. This okay. It means this c7. We don't have other choice.
Yeah.
We don't have choice.
But then it's not so easy, right? Queen.
Queen and queen is defended with the knight, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow this position is winning for white.
But not easy at all.
Yeah, of course, it's tough.
It's tough.
Queen e8 check, king f6,
Mm-hmm.
queen f8 check, and then queen g8 check. Next
Winning
move wins the piece.
Oy.
So something like this is the way.
All right.
c5 and no moves yet by Benjamin, actually.
No moves?
Yeah.
No moves. Okay. But why don't we have moves?
Because he's thinking.
He's thinking.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. Because he's thinking. Okay. He's calculating that variation.
Yeah, a4, or because he also has other options like that he can
other.
consider. Knight d2. I'm not sure, actually. Maybe a4 is the only move.
The only move. Because knight d2 will maybe even take the pawn, right?
Yeah. So he has to play a4 here,
Yes.
Benjamin.
Because you see white could go wrong, right? After a4, c6 actually. Here, if a3, c7.
Yeah.
Because you can
play knight c1 for sure.
Knight c1, knight c3, right?
Yeah. And do we have?
Mm-hmm.
So c5, and this is the live position.
This is
Benjamin
the live position.
has to play a4 to make it complicated.
Yes, but Raja, look at the clock also. Kollars has only 3 minutes.
Yes.
On the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, this can be an issue.
For sure.
This can be an issue.
I have a feeling that 15 minutes in the future, the game has already finished.
Oh, we don't know. Yes, we don't know about this game. It's going on still, or it's finished.
Yeah.
Yes, let's wait. We are expecting a4.
Yeah, a4.
Because a4 is the only move to put problems,
Mm-hmm.
right? To put problems. Right. Let's wait.
Mm-hmm.
Let's wait.
Do you think Kollars will win? Because we were so sure, that he's going to win. But now, actually, these night end games are very tricky.
They are very tricky. I completely agree. The only question, he would go wrong or not for us, right?
The nights can be a nightmare for Kollars today.
Yes. Let's see. Yes, it's a question. Because yes, he can go wrong.
But why
in time trouble.
But why is Benjamin not playing this move a4? It's like a4 c6. Okay.
a3.
Okay, a3.
A3.
Yeah. Now a3, of course, again the only move.
The only move, and here we are.
Unless he's thinking about king d6.
Okay. By the way, good question.
c7, king d7.
1 minute here, we should think.
Knight c3 is a draw.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Let's think here.
Knight d4.
Do
Wow.
you think this is the only move?
I'm not sure, but I know that
You
this is
spotted
winning.
it, right?
Yeah.
Right. But let's no. Here, of course, we should show our viewers that King B7 is
Yes.
not good because Knight C5 check, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
Black
black
is
is winning.
Crazy. Because if King B8, there is this Knight A6
Check and you just win the
Yes.
pawn. Yeah.
This is very important variation
So
actually.
C6, and in the game now, we for sure A3 is what we are expecting.
But King D6, you suggested another
Yeah,
tricky
but
move.
then C7, King D7, and this beautiful move Knight D4
Knight
wins.
D4 wins.
Yeah.
Wins.
Beautiful geometrical idea, by the way, to deflect the knight from this C5 square.
Yes. Okay, but I'm very curious, if King D6, C7,
Yeah.
King Knight D4 is the only move to win, right? Because if Knight C3, free.
Yeah, Knight C3 is not good.
It's not good. But what else? I mean, we don't have King B7 even losing.
But Knight D4 is, Knight D4 may be only move.
Only move, right? Yeah. Amazing stuff, of course.
So
Yes.
but I think black needs to play quickly.
What would you play? A3 or King D6?
A3.
You would have played yes, you would play A3. Okay, you would play A3. Okay.
I would play A3 and hope.
And how? Yes, let's see. A3 and hope. Hey, hope for Knight C3 or Knight C1, right?
Yeah.
This is your hope actually. Okay. Actually, yes. Benjamin is thinking, is taking his time. So he's choosing A3 or King D6,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Between these two moves, he is choosing, yes.
King D6, yeah.
Yes. Benjamin, make a move.
Yeah, Benjamin needs to make a move actually.
Right.
Because the more he thinks, the more time Kollars gets to find the winning idea.
Right. Just okay. Let's guess. King this. Okay. You.
I think for me it's A3.
Yes.
For you it's King D6. Oh wow.
King D6. Okay.
And now the only way is this Knight D4
what
stuff.
you found,
Yeah.
right? This. Yes. Very nice actually.
I think okay. This should be found. Yeah.
Yes.
Not so difficult.
Not so difficult, but who knows? Because don't forget, the players are very tired. It's more
very
than
tired. Very
5 hours they are playing. More than 5 hours.
And we don't even have the pressure of suggesting a move. Yeah, like they have to make sure that every move they make is the best move. Because one mistake and all of the players in this tournament are super strong. They are going to punish you.
Yes, yes. Exactly.
Is Knight D4 easy at GM? Is at that level at GM? I think so. G's. What? No, Knight C3 is also winning. Okay. Oh, but we forgot. Yeah, because A3 just check.
Knight B5. Okay, because I thought.
You thought it's the draw, yeah?
Yes.
Even I was like, what? But okay, this is actually.
Yes.
This is more. This is
more
human.
Yes.
For some reason, my mind, it's really actually true. My mind always tries to find like some crazy ideas like this. Like just intuitively. But of course, Knight C3 is the
easiest way.
Okay, actually, Knight C3 is just resigned.
Maybe he resigned. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because you're losing this pawn for sure, and more than that, this pawn is also.
But you are right. He should have he should have gone for A3 because that was more tricky. Right. Because this is his knights. Because you know what happened? Automatically we played C7 here.
Yes.
We even didn't think,
We
right?
didn't think, yeah. So this looks more clinical. Exactly. This looks very clean.
Clean, right?
And
I think Gledura resigns here.
Yeah, because what to do? Like you just cannot even bring your knight into the game.
Because C7 just right.
Yeah. The pawn is just queening actually.
Queening, right.
So 1 minute for Benjamin, but I think.
Yes.
I think this game is going to end in Kollars' favor. Great, run for Kollars because he saved a losing position yesterday.
Right.
Now also he won kind of an equal position. So he's actually having a very good series of rounds. And if he continues this, then it's possible.
Actually, he's one of the leaders.
He's one of the leaders.
He's one of the leaders after this win. Yes.
Yeah. And I think it's clear that this game, I mean, yeah, the result is not out, but you can
Yes.
see from the bar that it's just
It's
completely
it's
gone.
winning.
Yeah.
Yes, it's winning. Yes.
30 seconds there for
Mhm.
Benjamin.
Oh,
A3 played.
A3. That knight B5, I think maybe he will resign.
Yeah, knight B5 check and just pick up the pawn. I was thinking C7 would be a blunder now, of course, because this
of king
transposes into that line that we just saw.
we just discussed, right?
But of course, knight
Knight
B5
B5
check.
is so easy.
Yeah, and you just pick up this pawn. C7, king B7 next is
Yes.
coming.
Yes. Without any chance,
Yeah,
right?
knight B5 check played.
Has been played, yes, and we are expecting resignation already.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's tough, you know, like, especially when you play defend for 5 hours, Lilith, and then it does not go. Oh, actually now C7. Because A2 there is knight C3 check.
Right. No, maybe they just
resigned
and he put
the
king.
kings on the middle. Yeah.
Yes.
Guys,
Most
so
probably
yeah,
it happened.
this game has been won by Kollars Dmitri. We had 3 results today. Kollars winning against Benjamin, Hakobian winning against Yakubboev, and Arvind winning against Xu Xinagyu.
Brilliant game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the rest 2 games were a draw. Long day today because this endgame, night endgame, was actually very tricky, Lilith.
Tricky.
I think
very tricky. So many ways to go wrong, right?
Yeah.
But yes, but Kollars actually.
Yeah, let me see actually if I can show the leaderboard here actually. Let me try to get this leaderboard before we stop our stream. It's basically Arvind, Hakobian. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Arvind, Hakobian and
Kollars, because yes, we don't have a result.
Yeah, the result is not yet, but yes. Arvind, Hakobian and Kollars are the three leaders in this tournament, and the other players are going to try to catch up. So that's basically what we have from today, guys. Maza aa gaya. Thanks a lot for joining, Lilith. Thanks a lot for being here, being so energetic. Everyone is very happy that you joined us.
Thank you very much. I enjoy our commentating, right? Our games actually.
Yes, we are enjoying a lot, guys. We'll take your leave now and we'll come back tomorrow, same time. So see you all.
See you.